weekend fighting in Gaza, where Hamas killed 2 Israeli soldiers.
The IDF says Hamas militants popped out of a tunnel in southern Gaza before firing RPGs at an excavator, killing those soldiers. In another incident nearby, Israeli forces were wounded by Hamas sniper fire. The event prompted Israeli strikes across the Gaza Strip that killed dozens of Palestinians. Israeli officials say they are resuming the American-led ceasefire, and Hamas leadership says they're committed to the agreement. For now, things appear to be back on track ahead of what Israeli media says will be a visit by Vice President J.D. Vance to Israel tomorrow.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. Just getting reports Israel has received another hostage body from the Red Cross in Gaza. That would leave 15 bodies still to be returned. A Fox affiliate is reporting a man under arrest at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, accused of a possible mass shooting plot. Fox's Madison Scarpino.
A convicted felon was allegedly planning to shoot up the Atlanta airport today, the world's busiest airport, armed with an AR-15.
A gun reportedly still in the man's car when he was stopped by police inside the airport. A briefing expected soon. A federal judge just announcing she plans to temporarily block a Trump policy that requires states to remove gender ideology content from sex ed materials in order to obtain federal grant funding. Lawyers for 16 Democrat-led states and Washington, D.C. argue that new policy would effectively mean editing transgender kids out of their curricula. The judge says she'll issue a preliminary injunction as that legal fight continues. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A Pacers star in trouble with the law. You've got a sunny sky and it's 63 degrees in the Circle City. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Indiana Pacers rookie Cam Jones was arrested after a chase on I-65 in Indianapolis today. Jones was drafted in the second round of this year's NBA draft. State police say they tried to pull Jones over, but he refused to stop, and that led police to chase after him. Officers say his luck ran out near the Fletcher Avenue exit. Jones was taken to the Marion County Jail. An Indianapolis man was hit by a truck last Monday at the intersection of East Raymond Street, however, and Shelby Street while walking to a bus stop on the way to work. Jeff Gillard's wife, Tracy, says that intersection has become very dangerous and that something needs to be done.
I would just want the city to do something to improve this because there's too many people getting hit or dying. Each year there's between 3 to 5 people getting hit at that corner, and something really needs to be done.
She wants Indianapolis to address the speeding and poor lighting before other bad things happen. Jeff is still in bad shape. Indiana picked up a few inches of rain over the weekend, and more showers are possible late Monday into Tuesday and again Thursday night, says forecaster Joe Neild of the National Weather Service.
I believe the highest amount that I saw for our area here in central Indiana was out in the Terre Haute area, was just shy of 3 inches. So that's going to put a dent in some of these drought conditions.
And he says temperatures should bounce back into the 60s by the weekend. And this past weekend, a high school team celebrated a first-of-its-kind victory. Here's Jonette Cruz.
History was made on Saturday as Penn High School defeated Lawrence North to win the state's first-ever high school girls flag football state championship. Penn capped a perfect 13-0 season, winning the title game with a final score of 35-12 at Grand Park Sports Campus. The victory is a highlight of the Colts' long-term effort and $1 million investment to establish girls flag football as an emerging sport in the state. The undefeated champions will be celebrated at Sunday's Colts game against the Tennessee Titans. Jonette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And it's 3:04, your traffic and weather next.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Traffic at 3:05. Good afternoon, Matt Bear.
It's happening, Jake. Southbound 6570 slow from Washington to the South Split. Eastbound 70 slow from Harding into Meridian. Northbound 65 slow because of construction. Raymond into the South Split. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy Button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Mostly sunny skies today. It's going to be a bit breezy throughout the afternoon with highs near 65. A few very light spotty showers overnight with lows near 50. I'm Wish TV's Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
I can't believe it.
What happened?
I'm shocked. They did it.
What?
Those crazy sons of you-know-whats did it, Nige.
Who?
When I woke up this morning and I turned on the news, there wasn't a king in the United States of America.
Looks like we made it.
Oh, I see.
All of the rallies worked.
The rallies worked. There's still no kings.
No kings rallies all over the country. They worked. There's no more king in the United States. And I got to tell you, hold on. I'm getting a text from our boss.
Yeah?
This is from our boss.
What's that?
Oh, I guess we didn't have a king before and we don't have a king now.
Oh, well, there's that.
Well, never mind then. I guess it was just a big waste of everybody's time and energy.
So, I mean, give him credit. Several thousand people downtown for the No Kings rally, right?
I mean, they had a good turnout, sure. But it must have been that list of dynamic speakers they had that included Destiny Wells and the notorious P.I.G. from Ball State. That big old woman that was celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder that lost her job, and now somehow she's the victim in all of this.
Yeah, you know, I saw a lot of what I've seen on the internet. I wasn't down here. These rallies here and across the country just are ugly, with ugliness and hatred and vileness, and just I don't. And you know what? What's funny? It's like it's not only they're protesting Donald Trump, but they're also saying we don't like the billionaires. We have a problem with all the powerful billionaires in the country. Guess what? This No Kings rally it's been well documented now that George Soros and some of his organizations are giving millions of dollars to the organizers of these No King rallies. So your hatred of billionaires is being funded by billionaires.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only been one political party in the last election cycle that bypassed the primary to anoint a candidate. And it wasn't the Republicans.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
Well, when the cackling queen was just given the keys to the Democrat Party to be their nominee, she replaced Joe Biden without a primary.
What do you know?
Truth be told, Kamala has never won anything at a national level, but yet she was anointed. That sounds almost, dare I say, king-like.
Well, what else sounds king-like? When Joe Biden says it's a pandemic of the unvaccinated and you should lose your job if you don't get the jab? Oh, I don't know. That sounded pretty king-like to me.
A teacher and others were celebrating the fact that Charlie Kirk was murdered over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw this. This is what I was going back to with the ugliness and the hatred and just the
I thought you
vile-
just meant the people attending. Every
Well-
blue-haired, person
The
around
boomers.
the age of like 130, based on the videos that I've seen, a pretty older crowd there showing up. But no, I mean, some of these people are just vile. Here, this is a woman in Washington, D.C., speaking to a reporter about Charlie Kirk's murder.
We might even need to be a little bit meaner because the Republicans don't mind being mean.
And by mean, what do you mean? Do you mean protesting? Do you mean...
Maybe we have to, stop being so nice.
People on the other side
You're
are going
not
to
nice.
say that they feel like the Democrat Party has been mean. Recently, with Charlie Kirk being assassinated, they...
It's a piece of garbage. Of course we were mean. I am so tired of people saying, oh, but, it's a terrible thing. No, Hitler is dead. I'm glad Hitler's dead. Evil people have no place in my world. He was a hateful human being. It was disgusting, the things that he said and did. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, well, could you imagine the the hateful, darkness in that woman's heart? Charlie Kirk set up a table in campus communities, and I think he literally used politics as a conduit to witness people to Christ. That's what he was really doing. And for her to say, to call him Hitler, pretty much par for the course. And it's easy. It's low-hanging fruit.
Everybody that they disagree with is Hitler. Until you actually open a history book and read about what Hitler did. It's so insulting. I'm surprised more Jewish people aren't upset at all the people getting compared to Hitler. Even if you are a Jew that is a Democrat, can you talk to your pals and say, yeah, you guys need to learn a little bit about Adolf Hitler. I don't believe that Charlie Kirk speaking to college kids on a campus was akin to taking Jewish children and throwing them in an oven.
Not at all.
So ridiculous.
I don't even me saying not at all sounds ridiculous. That sounds ridiculous. And by the way, just as a side note, when we're talking about the No Kings thing and Donald Trump, I feel like there was a lot of Donald Trump haters. When you tweet the Hammer and Nigel show and you say Trump derangement syndrome is a severe mental illness currently afflicting a large portion of the Republican base, rumor has it anyone who's caught it can't stand the slightest criticism of Donald Trump. That was a direct response to you. And then they talk about a two-term president openly talks about defying the Constitution and running for a third term. These protests are needed. That is the ultimate troll. Look, Donald Trump has merch for 2028. He's going to defy the Constitution and run for a third term. You sound so ridiculous. It is unfathomable how you are subject to the biggest troll in the country right now.
And again, your party did not have a primary. I can't stress that enough.
When you put it that way.
And Richard Lemasters on the YouTube chat. Release the Epstein files.
Oh, for God's
These two sound like they're a little bit triggered. Well, Dick, can I call you Dick? I'm in favor of the Epstein files being released. But do you really think, and I'm talking to you, Dick, do you really think that Donald Trump is doing something nefarious with young children there, knowing that the prosecutor in this was Leakin' Lion James Comey's daughter?
Oh.
Now, if anybody is looking to find something wrong with Donald Trump, it's the Comey family. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you Trump might not be covering up for somebody. I don't know. I wish the files would be released too. But Dick, if that's your go-to, and again, I'm going to call you Dick, if that's your go-to, keep trying. Because, oh, by the way, that whole prosecution happened when Joe Biden was the president. Moving on.
Yes.
John Cusack, you want to talk about Trump derangement syndrome.
No, he hasn't been anything in any movie. He's irrelevant.
This is him in Chicago this past weekend.
Years.
The whole country was founded on no kings.
everyone knows the score, right? The authoritarians divide and conquer, and they create an other, and then they pick on it, and then pick on the person and harass them, jail them, and that's all used as a distraction so they can steal as much as they can, maintain power.
I don't even know what he's saying.
We all know history, so
He doesn't know.
that's what he's doing, and we have masked goons roaming the streets. Hiding their faces.
Antifa?
He's talking about Antifa, right?
Oh,
You're a storyteller. What is the story of Chicago?
Go to hell.
Okay, that makes no sense. And
when it really comes down to it, go to hell is, again, that's your response.
Right.
That's what it sounds like when you don't have professional script writers writing your scene for you. That's what it sounds like when these empty-headed actors talk extemporaneously off the top of their head.
And John Cusack is one of the most just out there TDS victims you can find. And his whole point was, we've got masked goons out here. Antifa? No, not those masked people. We support those masked people. I'm talking about ICE. Ridiculous. Here to weigh in about what happened here in Indianapolis and also around the country, joining us now on the hotline to talk some no kings is AI President Trump.
Hammer and Nigel, it's your favorite king. I'm just screwing with you. I'm not a king. My party actually had a primary. Also, I won every swing state, and not that it matters, but the popular vote, too. It was kind of funny to see so many beta males and fat chicks all protesting this week. Downtown Indy looked like the worst table at every wedding.
It did.
Besides, not all kings are bad. Dave, the King Wilson, and King Ralph are hilarious.
True.
They are way better people than that fat woman from Ball State. The only positive about having the notorious PIG speak in Indy is I bet the Buffalo Wild Wings and Five Guys made a crap ton of money.
True.
Well, I gotta go. I'm on my way to give Chuck Schumer a wedgie and take his lunch money. AI Trump. Out.
That's AI President Trump calling into the show. Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570 slow, Washington to the south split. That's a construction zone. Inbound 69 slow, 96th Street to 465. And eastbound 70 slow west to Meridian. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
64 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Should I go back there and see if Glaze is here?
Go see if Glazer's here. Because coming up next, scheduled to be joined in studio by our pal Brett Glaze of Hiatus Tequila.
Oh, man. Big announcement.
We are getting ready to do a little taste testing for the new bottle of Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila that should be available for the holidays, baby. A little on-air sampling of what we want it to be. That's coming up. Stick around.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings doesn't mess around with epoxy, all right? That is the old standard. What they do for your concrete coatings, whether it be your garage, your pool deck, your basement, they use something called polyurea. It's the new premium standard for coatings. They used it in my garage, they worked a miracle, man. My garage was unmaintained for 40 years, cracked, stained, dirty, and now a completely different garage floor. If you're somebody that works in your garage all day long and you have nice cars that you want to park in there, go with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. 751-9070 or galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art. Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's. But that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. Kevin Reinhardt says this family-owned business has a lot of pride in their work.
Danny started the business back in 1986 here in Danville, and we take a lot of pride in the town of Danville with a lot of repeat customers, people that I've known basically all my life. And it's just nice to continue to do the service that they trust for over 30 years.
You can trust Reinhardt Heating and Cooling, 317-745-4526. Reinhardt is your trusted local independent American Standard dealer.
If your dream home includes enough room for family and friends to gather during the holidays or anytime, Joyner Homes can build you the most beautiful custom home right now and ready for you to move in next year. Joyner Homes builds character-rich, smart design homes. Check out their 5-star Google reviews, visit their model homes 7 days a week, learn about their in-home architectural team, and get inspired at joynerhomes.com, where you'll see pricing and floor plans. That's joynerhomes.com, JOYNER homes.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
I was seriously injured. It was definitely somebody's fault, and I didn't actually know who, so I needed to call someone. I was really happy to have a law firm like Hensley that had ethics. I made the best call.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
Yeah, tequila makes her clothes fall off. Whoa!
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Let's go! It's the day I've been waiting for, a little tequila tasting. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special in-studio guest.
Oh, man, we love it when Brett Glaze comes in of Hiatus Tequila.
Yeah, Glaze.
How you doing, man?
Hey, buddy.
I'm great. Good afternoon. So
now, it wasn't that long ago we had the first round of the Hammer and Nigel Show Tequila by Hiatus. How did that go for you guys?
Well, it went excellent. So much. I'm back here today. I actually, you blew the sales numbers out of the water. So we did this Barrel Select program across maybe 4 or 5 markets here in the U.S. We're in about 10 markets across the U.S. But last time we did it, last fall, winter, did it at 4 or 5 markets, and Indianapolis, thanks to you guys, the Hammer and Nigel Show, was our best performing market.
Well, thanks to our listeners, man. They go hard in the paint when it comes to this kind of stuff. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, they don't mess around at all.
And what type did we do the last time? What type of tequila was it?
So we had 4 different expressions. You picked one of the reposados.
Reposado.
That is aged in a whiskey, cask, right? Or barrel?
Yeah. Used American whiskey barrels.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
And so
really good. It was a good selection.
Yeah.
Yes.
After we.
Yeah. So what makes these particular Barrel Select's different
So
is
we have 3 new selections that we're going to try right now.
Technically, you only have 2.
Okay.
I'm having you start off with our Blanco, which is going to be our base. So because everything starts when it comes to tequila, there's just basically, and some purists out there are going to tell me I'm wrong, but there's basically 4 expressions. So you have a Repo, which is the base, and then from there, I'm sorry, a Blanco. I'm looking at the Repo bottle. You start with a Blanco, and then once you age it anywhere from 2 months to a year, it's a Repo. And then if you age it anywhere from a year to 3 years, it's called an añejo. And then anywhere from 3 years to 5 years, it's an extra añejo. So we're going to start off with a Repo that's been aged in a specific barrel, whereas a lot of times to get consistency with the taste profile, we blend barrels. This comes from one specific barrel.
Is this the third one that you?
No. So let's start off with the Blanco, just so you understand what we're
Okay. Now,
what the base.
I like the Blanco.
I do too.
Because and here's why. It's because it could go either simply with just sipping it on the rocks, or sipping it dry, or sipping it or mixing it.
Actually, speaking of mixing, it goes best with Mountain Dew.
Thank you.
There we go. Actually,
Thank you.
He's got the Mountain Dew shirt on.
I wore this specifically for you today, Glazer. Nectar of the Gods
Nectar.
T-shirt.
Okay, so
okay, that was Blanco. I've had the Blanco plenty of times.
So
but not with Hammer and Nigel logo on it.
Correct. So now we're going to move into a Reposado. It's been aged for 6 months.
And this is the type that we did the last time.
Yes, it was a Repo expression last time. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is from another barrel. Been aged 6 months. Sometimes the barrels are aged 2 months. Sometimes they're aged a year. This particular Barrel Select has been aged 6 months.
Bill Belichick likes his barrels aged way younger than we do, apparently. The joke never gets old. Here we go.
Okay. So you can taste the difference between the Blanco and the Repo, right? Obviously.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Now, this last one here, what is this?
So this is, we call this the wild card. This is añejo. It's been aged for a minimum of
Who are you calling an añejo?
It's been aged a minimum of 12 months. But if you do decide to go with this particular expression, time we get it out of the barrel, into the bottle, and into the U.S. across the border, it could be 20 months old. Maybe older.
What's the time for, like Christmas time?
That's what we're shooting.
Are we planning a Christmas launch of the Hammer and Nigel?
We're going to say winter. We're going to say I would love to have it here by the end of November, so your listeners could pick up a bottle and have it for the holidays.
Great stocking stuffer, office birthday gift. If you have the gift exchange, a bottle of the Hammer and Nigel tequila.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and try this.
I don't think I've ever had this before.
So this is the añejo, and what makes this difference is, like I said, and you called it out earlier, Nigel, usually you age most, not always, but you age most tequilas in used American whiskey bourbon barrels.
Yes.
This has been aged in a French oak Chardonnay barrel. Fancy.
We partnered with Corinne Jean-Pierre, apparently.
Right. Never had this before.
And that's a completely different taste profile.
That is good. That is good. All right.
Whoa.
Wow, that's
you
good.
can actually taste a little bit of the. So once again, they use French oak, and but what has been aged originally in this particular barrel was a California Chardonnay. I can't tell you which brand because I honestly don't know, but they originally used these French oak barrels to age a California Chardonnay, and then we get the leftover, or the used barrels, and now we put our tequila.
Allison, you had a little bit over there. What did you think?
Is that what this one was?
You had the Blanco, Allison.
I had the Blanco, the Blanco, which I'm with you guys. You can always do that. That's so clean. But I will say, if you're not watching the YouTube, please go back and watch Nigel's face after every shot. He's like transported into another world for a second.
It's like somebody just showed him a pair of boobs.
This is the best. This is the best Monday ever.
Yes,
right?
Yes, it is.
So we have to choose now.
You don't have to choose this second. Probably in the next, once we go off air, we can debate as far as which one we think are.
I feel like I'm
listeners.
ready to cast my vote. Though.
Okay.
I feel like we should do a Blanco because I feel like that's the most traditional of this group.
It's very simple.
Right. And then
it's
if we go Blanco here and things go well, we can come back with something totally different the third round, which would be the Añejo. That's my vote anyway.
I would vote the Blanco just because it's very diverse. Like I said, you could sip it on the rocks. You could sip it neat.
You can put Mountain Dew in it.
Is that what you had in mind, Glaze, or did you?
I was leaning a little bit more towards the Repo. The Blanco is very, very neutral, so to speak.
Yeah. I was leaning. If I didn't do the Blanco, I do Añejo.
That's where I was
more
too.
expensive?
I don't know. The Añejo is a little bit more expensive.
Price point.
Yeah. So I think last year, we were selling. What were we selling bottles for?
$60.
$69.99.
I think it was less than that. I think it was 60.
Yeah.
I drank too much Blanco. I can't remember, but
look, maybe we should convene and talk about it, and we'll make a decision.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's Nigel's code for second round.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, and thank you. Is this going to be sold exclusively through Ale Emporium again?
Yeah, exactly. And I think what spurred your memory there was I did bring you some pizza.
Yeah. That's a heavy box of pizza there.
Yeah, Honest Pizza, as we call it there at the Ale Emporium. And like last year, great partners over there, and we can't just have people showing up here at Radio 1 in the lobby with $60 in hand and buying the bottles that way. So to keep it legal, we have to go through a retailer, a local partner, and we've picked, like last year, Ale Emporium to be the exclusive retailer for the Hammer.
And all of the locations, right?
All of the locations. Yep. So
Greenwood, Castleton, and Fishers.
And shameless plug, they've got a fourth location. Avon. Yep.
Okay.
That's not going to be open until January, so hopefully we'll be sold out before then. But yeah, so Ale Emporium will be our exclusive retail partner where your listeners can pick that up. And the best thing about that is I can swing by and actually sample the product there, buy a drink, and then get some wings or pizza to go, or you can eat it there on site. We welcome all. And then grab a bottle to go for your friends, families, holiday, stocking stuffer, whatever the case may be.
All right. Well, we're going to come up with a decision, and our people will get with your people, and we will have this tequila on the market, my friend.
Just make sure my people are sober when you talk to them. That's all I can ask.
Thanks for
Brett
that,
Glaze,
too.
you're the best, man.
Thanks,
we
buddy.
appreciate you. Thank you so much to Hiatus Tequila, Ale Emporium locations. We can't wait for round 2.
Right there with you guys. Thank you very much.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's not just cancer care, it's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are.
You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The Senate is expected to vote on a bill to end it today. It's sunny and 64 on Monument Circle. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 3:33. You know how the government has been shut down since October 1st? So far, things look stuck. Democrats are pushing hard to include a funding extension for health care subsidies, but Republicans are refusing to even talk until the government is back open. President Trump's effort to stop illegal drugs just ramped up again, with the U.S. announcing yet another military strike on a boat suspected of carrying drugs. This is coming out of the State Department.
There is officially a diplomatic kerfuffle underway now between D.C. and Bogota. Colombia's foreign ministry just announced that they have recalled their ambassador. He is now back home. This comes in the wake of President Trump calling Colombia's leader a drug kingpin.
They make drugs. They refine drugs. They make cocaine. They have cocaine factories.
They have no fight against drugs, and now they have the worst president they've ever had.
Colombia is now the newest front in President Trump's war on illegal drugs coming out of the Western Hemisphere.
Fox's Jillian Turner reporting some Republican lawmakers are asking the White House for details on why these strikes are legal. Democrats say the strikes violate both U.S. and international laws. Purdue University's independent student newspaper, The Exponent, printed a special edition over the weekend and distributed thousands of copies across Indiana University Bloomington campus in response to recent developments affecting student media at IU.
Our intent really was not to troll Indiana, the university. Our intent was to show solidarity with the IDS and show that journalism and student media in particular is critically important.
Exponent publisher Kyle Charter says the paper's distribution at IU came after Indiana University fired media director Jim Rodenbush and paused the Indiana Daily Student print edition over a homecoming editorial dispute. And you're paying an average of $2.83 a gallon for gas today in Indiana, says AAA. That's down 20 cents from the national average. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:35.
It's Terry Stacy, and not too many locally owned businesses in central Indiana have been around 80 years. But Cardwell Do It Best on the south side has stood the test of time. Congratulations to Jeff Cardwell and Cardwell Do It Best, recently named 2025 Member of the Year by Do It Best. Autumn brings about whole new to-do lists, and Cardwell Do It Best has everything you need and even stuff you didn't know you needed, like extra keys. They make keys, including programmable keys and key fobs. Cardwell is your discount roofing headquarters, featuring dimensional roofing as low as $21 per bundle. And for the yard, find a full line of trusted lawn and garden products and Milwaukee M18 Fuel cordless power tools. Come celebrate 80 years strong at Cardwell Do It Best. Locally owned, community trusted, and always ready to help you do it best. 3205 Madison Avenue. Shop online where you'll find over 67,000 products with free shipping at CardwellHomeCenter.com.
You've got WIBC traffic at 336 with Matt Bear.
East side southbound 465 slows off 72 South Shadeland Avenue. Downtown southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from Michigan Street to the south split because of construction, and northbound 65 slows at Raymond because of that construction zone. Eastbound 70 slow after Harding to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Spotty showers possible tonight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tuesday, temperatures will be in the mid 60s with breezy winds. Wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour, times with an increase in cloud cover. I'm with TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Do you spend half your day walking or standing while working? If you have foot, knee, or low back pain, the Good Feet store wants to help you like we helped Tony.
Pain that I experience the most is foot pain from being on my feet all day. You're having to kind of talk to yourself through the whole shift, like, I got this, I can do this. Before, I felt defeated, and now it's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. A whole new life, like sunshine coming on.
And here's Dennis.
Working at an amusement park, it's always on your feet. I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't believe that putting these arch supports in made that much of a difference that quickly. Good Feet just took that pain away, and I could do my job, and I could take care of my family. I know what my tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be positive, and it's going to be pain-free.
You deserve a better life, too. Stop into the Good Feet store today. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall, or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The only way to bag a classy lady is to give her 2 tickets to the gun show.
It's Monday Gun Day with the Gun Guy.
Just watch out for the guns. They'll get you.
Guy Wilford.
Stop calling your arms guns.
Hammer and Nigel show.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there. Also joining us live in studio, the Gun Guy, Guy Relford, host of the Gun Guy Show, Saturdays here on 93 WIBC. Licensed firearms instructor, Second Amendment attorney. How are you?
I am great, and thanks as always to our sponsor for Monday Gun Day. That's Premier Arms in Brownsburg, with the largest selection of new, used, and historic firearms in the Midwest, and PA Jewelers located in the farmhouse right out front. Check them out at 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg or premierarms.com.
Well, Hammer, we have the Gun Guy here for 2 segments. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the warning from state police officers here in Indiana about AI hoaxes and these stupid social media challenges, which could ultimately lead to somebody being shot, Guy.
Oh, there's just no question, you guys. And I talked about this some on my show, but I'm really glad we're gonna have that conversation here too with your audience, because this is so scary to me. There is apparently a TikTok challenge that's going around, and it's now in Indiana. This was reported down in southern Indiana, and it's spreading on TikTok, which is kids, well, videoing each other, of course, since it's all for TikTok, will dress up, put masks on, and go up and ring people's doorbells, then kick in their doors while aimed with airsoft guns. Now, if you know about airsoft, they shoot a little soft BB. They're very popular toys. Nothing wrong with them as toys. But the idea is to kick in someone's door, and then when they respond, you shoot them with your airsoft gun, laugh, all of which is videotaped. You run away and then post it on the video, and all your friends think you're awesome.
Yeah, we had a story about this last week.
Right. And I feel like situations like that would be vastly different if somebody kicked in the residence of one Guy Relford.
Well, and me or you guys,
anybody.
I mean, in Indiana, and listen, the law of Indiana, and I did a deep drill on this on my show, but succinctly said, the law of Indiana says that I can use reasonable force, including deadly force, to prevent or terminate an unlawful entry into my home. So let me just tell you, you kick my door in the middle of the night, gun or no gun, toy or no toy, you're getting shot. And,
right.
and that's true of millions of homes all across this state. And what kind of an idiot do you need to be as a teenager to think this is funny and this isn't going to end in tragic consequences?
And you know what sucks, Guy? There are journalists in this city that, if that situation played out, would make you the bad guy here.
Yeah. Look at the evil gun owner, who's looking for an excuse to shoot someone.
You shot an unarmed kid.
Yeah,
that would be the headline.
And by the way, I mean, these airsoft guns in the middle of the night, and you're maybe seeing a little bit of something on your Ring doorbell before your door comes flying in. You don't distinguish that between a real gun and a fake gun. And frankly, it doesn't make any difference, because they don't need to have a gun. If they kick in my door, I don't need to fear getting shot, getting hurt. I can use deadly force. That's why we call it the castle doctrine. I can simply protect my castle and use deadly force to prevent an unlawful entry into my home. So the gun is irrelevant, and unarmed is irrelevant. You kick in my door, I can shoot you. Now, do I want to shoot one of these idiot kids? Of course not. I would live in grief and misery for the whole rest of my life. And that's the other side of this equation, which is some idiot kid's going to die because they think this is funny, or they're showing off for their friends on TikTok. But then some innocent homeowner is going to have to go through the rest of their life grieving and through the guilt of having killed some teenager with a toy in his hands who kicked their door in the middle of the night. This is a tragedy from every side.
There was another story, Nigel, we talked about this, where it's a different social media challenge, but kids are creating AI images of like an intruder in the house, a homeless guy with a gun or somebody in the house, something they could make off one of these AI apps.
Sure.
The stupid, silly crap that I do, sometimes.
Yeah. Which is hilarious.
And they're sending it to their parents going, hey, this is from the Ring camera. There's somebody in the house.
Oh, man.
And what if somebody comes down the stairs, guns a-blazing first, and there's just some kid in there making a sandwich,
Yeah. And listen, shoot, no-shoot decisions is something I've done a ton of training on. It's something I've taken a lot of people through training on. That's the hardest part of self-defense, is deciding, what's a real threat, what's not. You add adrenaline and darkness and unknown circumstances to that, and those decisions all get harder. And that's why these stunts and these ridiculous stunt is the only word I can think of, that these kids are creating, are putting so many people in danger, including innocent homeowners who may make a decision that they'll have to regret for the rest of their lives because some kid who was an idiot but now is dead, and everyone, their family, that homeowner, everyone has to live with that now. And it's just, when I read this, I was just angry. I was mad that this kind of idiocy even exists, to put not only themselves but other people at risk like that.
I want to make sure we have plenty enough time to talk about Don Lemon, former CNN anchor. So let's take a quick time out here, and when we come back, former CNN anchor Don Lemon encouraging black and brown people to arm themselves, but only against ICE.
Yeah.
Only against ICE agents.
Yeah.
We're going to get Guy Relford's thoughts on that when we come back. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Exercise Inc. I've been on the Exercise Inc. program for years, and I love it because if you think that you don't have time to get healthy, to get the physical exercise your body needs, if you think you don't have time for it, you're wrong, because Exercise Inc. has a plan for you. You show up once a week for a 20-minute workout. That's once a week for 5 or 6 exercises that will make you stronger, build muscle, change the way you look. Your clothes will fit different. I know mine do. It's a private gym, private studio. You and your coach, one-on-one. Help you keep accountable outside the gym as well, to help you with your diet and eating habits and routines, and do what you need to do to maybe lose a little weight concerning your diet. Even if you're out of town one week, they can do a tele-workout. I've done a few of those. Let's face it, you know you need to get healthy. You know you need movement and exercise. You just don't like the way you've been doing it. The big box gyms aren't doing it for you. Try exerciseinc.com. Exerciseinc.com. Exercise Inc. 20 minutes a week. Change your life. Trust me, I know. Locations in Brownsburg, Zionsville, Avon, Greenwood, and now the new one in Fishers. Exerciseinc.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Truck drivers, the holiday rush is here. Take advantage by becoming a Schneider driver. By driving for one of America's busiest carriers, you'll stay busy during the holiday season and throughout the new year. Plus, as a Schneider driver, you'll have access to top quality driver support and newer equipment spec'd with the latest safety and comfort features that drivers want. Don't wait. Get a jump on 2026 by exploring jobs in your area today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Our electric bills have increased as much as $50 each month. Governor Mike Braun is driving bills even higher. Instead of helping families, Governor Braun is doubling down on costly coal, gas, and nuclear. That means more pricey power plants that Hoosiers like us have to pay for. Utilities get richer, we pay more. Something has to give. Go to StopMikesHikes.com today to send Governor Braun a message. Hoosiers need affordable energy, not a blank check for greedy utilities. Paid for by Citizens Action Coalition.
Press 1 for balances. Press 2 for deposits. Press 3 to scream into the void.
We get it. These days, it's all phone menus and chatbots. But business banking doesn't have to be that way. Bank with Horizon and discover the power of real AI, advisor intelligence. Real people who answer calls, know your business, and go above and beyond to help you succeed. Get started today at horizonbank.com/businessai. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or DrexelIN.com today.
Forget digging through clutter to find what matters. The WIBC Daily Newsletter puts the biggest local stories and exclusive show moments in your inbox and lets you skip the scroll. Sign up by clicking Connect at WIBC.com.
More with Guy Relford coming up right after Matt Baer gives us an update on the roads.
All right, Hammer just happened. South side, eastbound 465 after the I-65 interchange. A crash. Left lane is blocked, and traffic is jammed up not quite to 31. We're almost there. South side, northbound 65, stop and go. Raymond into the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70, slow from west. Inbound 65, slow at west. Eastbound 465, stop and go before and after Allisonville Road. East side, southbound 465, slow from 72 Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase on new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
67 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And again, if you jump over to the WIBC YouTube stream, you will see the best-looking guy in the room, Guy Relford, talking all things 2A.
Wait a minute. I'm here.
Yeah, come on.
I said what I said. So Don Lemon used to have a program on CNN until he was fired. Tucker Carlson used to troll him, calling him Don Lemon. He came up this past weekend and says that, quote, black and brown people need to arm themselves against ICE. Only against ICE agents, Guy Relford.
Yeah. Well, when I saw this, and listen, am I in favor of black and brown people exercising their Second Amendment rights? 100%. Absolutely. No question. Absolutely. You bet. And I've trained a hell of a lot of people from those demographic groups.
There's an organization, Black Guns Matter.
Absolutely, and I'm friends with those guys, and we talk all the time. So the general proposition of everyone, I don't care about your demographic, I support everyone exercising their constitutional rights, especially under the Second Amendment. So on that part, I completely agree. It just is incredibly ironic to me, and obviously incredibly hypocritical, because Don Lemon has been one of the biggest advocates for gun control, and one of the biggest voices out there calling for banning this gun and banning that gun and restricting the carry of firearms every time he has an opportunity. And he's been leading that charge, within his now incredibly limited audience. But before he got fired for having an even more limited audience at CNN. But now suddenly he's a 2A advocate, but only in the context of wanting to kill government employees,
when
agents
it's politically
of ICE,
convenient.
Yeah, who are doing their job and enforcing the laws of the United States. The hypocrisy behind that and the irony behind that, I just had to call out.
There's so much hypocrisy when it comes to ICE. We played a soundbite earlier in the show of actor John Cusack. I can't believe we've got these masked lunatics, these masked thugs running the streets. And he's talking about ICE, but yet they didn't say anything when Antifa were burning buildings down.
Oh, no, and this has been going on for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
Portland over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, but I remember posts from every town for gun safety, and people go on their social media sites and say, well, if I see someone open carrying a gun, I'll just tell authorities that I feared for my life because they're open carrying a gun, and I'll shoot them. And I'm going, well, hold on, your whole platform is you're concerned about gun violence, quote unquote, and you're going to use a gun to shoot someone else who's not threatening you. Or even look at the Charlie Kirk situation. People are saying, well, he deserved it because he advocated for gun rights and Second Amendment rights generally, and they're celebrating the fact that someone shot him with a gun.
Oh, there were a number of people celebrating that this past weekend. And
it still goes on. You guys were just talking about some of the so-called No Kings protests across the country where people were making a point. The one lady pointing at her throat, going, bang, he's dead, ha
Just
ha.
Ugliness and visceral hatred for their opponents, for people they disagree with.
And violent hatred.
Yes,
and violent
yes.
hatred that celebrates, quote unquote, gun violence. And these are supposedly the people calling for restrictions on access to guns. That's why the hypocrisy is just beyond what we can even define.
And that was a Chicago elementary school teacher that you're talking about, Guy, that was doing the gun gesture to her neck to somebody that had a Charlie Kirk shirt on or something.
Yeah, how'd you like your kid sitting in her classroom, so many hours every week?
And because it's Chicago, nothing's going to happen
of course,
to her.
Exactly right.
If somebody wants to reach out to you, if they want to hire you, if they've got questions, where can they find you?
Man, come to me on Twitter. Give me a follow while you're there. It's just at Guy Relford on Twitter.
Guy, you're the best. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Don't go anywhere. Top stories next.
So if you live in Boone or Hamilton County, your worries are over. If you have not had a good experience with your HVAC contractor and want to experience a 5-star rated dealer, an American Standard heating and air dealer called Jim's Heating and Air Conditioning. They're an American Standard Platinum Custom Care dealer in Frankfort and are now serving Boone and Hamilton counties. You got to see what great service and quality is all about with Jim's Heating and Air.
Call and ask for Jim Scott for high-quality American Standard equipment and high-quality customer service right to your home. Jim's Heating and Air, 765-601-1461, or visit jimsheating-air.com. That's jimsheating-air.com. Boone and Hamilton County, stand up, baby. Jim's Heating and Air, ready to help you out. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
So October is here. I've got peace of mind with my Window Nation windows that the hot air is going to stay in my house and the cold air is going to stay out. You can eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with top quality replacement windows from Window Nation, just like I did. And they got an awesome deal right now going on at windownation.com.
Window Nation has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and they send the best of the best out to your house. All of their experts have multiple years experience, and Window Nation windows come with a lifetime warranty. So schedule a fast and free estimate right now with Window Nation. And now through October 31st, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And you don't pay anything for 2 years. 866-90-NATION or go online to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
So where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HRV-LX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
Press 1 for balances. Press 2 for deposits. Press 3 to scream into the void.
We get it. These days, it's all phone menus and chatbots. But business banking doesn't have to be that way. Bank with Horizon and discover the power of real AI, advisor intelligence. Real people who answer calls, know your business, and go above and beyond to help you succeed. Get started today at horizonbank.com/businessai.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, Indiana Pacers rookie guard is in trouble with the law, and you'll hear why. Purdue's Exponent stepped in to help with a campus-wide weekend edition, and how the weather will roll out this week across the state. Those stories coming up next after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it is now 4 o'clock.
The president gets a green light in Oregon. Lisa Brady, Fox News. A divided federal appeals court just ruling that President Trump can send National Guard troops to Portland, Oregon over the objections of city and state leaders. They've joined a growing number of Democrat officials resisting deployments the president says are needed as part of a federal crime crackdown and immigration enforcement operations. This as Democrats ramp up pushback over what they call unlawful detentions.
LA Mayor Karen Bass alleging in addition to undocumented individuals being detained by ICE,
there is evidence of over 170 U.S. citizens who have been detained.
California Congressman Robert Garcia, ranking member of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform.
And so today I want to announce that the House Oversight Committee Democrats are going to record and create an investigative unit here to ensure that in Los Angeles, we look into every single brutal misconduct that ICE is committing.
Revealing fellow Democrats in the Senate are also demanding information from DHS, noting lawmakers will launch hearings in L.A.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says federal agents are saving lives.
We will continue to bring murderers and rapists, those who perpetuate violence, pedophiles, gang members, in our communities. We will go after them, bring them to justice.
She says 70% of the more than 480,000 migrants arrested since January have criminal charges or convictions. President Trump warning Hamas will be eradicated if it doesn't abide by the ceasefire deal with Israel, but also saying again it would not be American boots on the ground.
No, it won't be on the ground at all. We don't need to because we have many countries, as you know, signed on to this deal.
Meantime, another hostage's body handed over today that would leave 15 still to be returned. A rally on Wall Street, the Dow up 5.15 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He is now in jail. You've got a sunny sky and 64 degrees in downtown Indy. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Indiana Pacers rookie guard Cam Jones was a second-round pick in the NBA draft in 25. He was taken to the Marion County Jail today after he was driving recklessly on I-65 in Indianapolis. That lasted until Jones and the cops approached the area near the Fletcher Avenue exit near Fountain Square. Jones was arrested. Campus media censorship is hitting IU, and Purdue's Exponent publisher says it deserves attention. Ryan Hedrick explains why.
10 years ago, people started calling the media the enemy, says Kyle Charters. He says IU firing its media director and stopping print editions is bigger than just college campuses.
I think that it's something we need to be aware of and needs to be at the forefront of conversation. And for us, at least in this newsroom, and I'm sure a lot of other places it is.
He says his paper printed a special edition over the weekend in Bloomington and passed out about 3,000 copies, not to troll, but to show support report for the college paper. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana will cool off this week with highs dropping to the mid-50s by Wednesday.
We may even have some areas in north central Indiana pushing freezing mark on Thursday night, which is something we haven't really seen yet. Coolest air, really, that we've seen thus far in the young season.
Joe Neal with the National Weather Service says central Indiana saw heavy rain with some areas getting up to 3 inches over the weekend. And the Indianapolis Colts now hold the best record in the NFL after a 38-24 win yesterday over the Los Angeles Chargers. Quarterback Daniel Jones threw for 288 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We're proud of how we played to this point, but, I'll keep saying, I think everyone knows we got a lot in front of us, and in order to accomplish what we want to accomplish and be the team that we believe we're capable of being, we've got to continue to improve and work.
Colts are now 6-1, and they take on the Tennessee Titans this coming Sunday for a kickoff at 4:25. Traffic and weather coming up in 1 minute. It's 4:04.
Fall is great in Indy, so don't ruin it by painting. Do what Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Indiana.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
With traffic at 4:05, here's Matt Bear.
Big hit on the south side, Jake. It's eastbound 465 after the I-65 interchange. Left lane is blocked. Traffic stop past the 31 ramps. Past South Meridian Street now. Delay time is at 33 minutes. Southbound 6570 downtown. Stop and go from the north split to the south split. That's a 7-minute delay for construction. Inbound 65 stop and go from 21st to Meridian. Inbound 73-minute delay 106th Street 282nd. Eastbound 465 3-minute delay Keystone Avenue 269. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking a spotty rain chance for our Monday night with breezy winds remaining in place. Low temperatures will fall into the upper 40s to low 50s. Tuesday, high temperatures will be in the mid 60s with breezy winds continuing. Wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour at times with an increase in cloud cover. Can't rule out a stray shower in the daytime hours, but the rain will be mainly north of Interstate 70 for Tuesday. Wednesday, feeling more like November with highs in the mid 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on The Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
Hammer, tell me about this Indiana Pacer rookie that got arrested after a police chase?
Cam Jones.
Is this a real thing?
So the Pacers didn't have a first-round draft choice this year, but their first pick in the draft came in the second round. And if you watch college basketball, you remember Cam Jones at Marquette. He was one of their better players, if not the best player. He was drafted by the Pacers. And this morning, around 9:50 a.m., according to the Indiana State Police, a trooper tried to pull over Pacers rookie Cam Jones for alleged erratic driving on southbound 65. And police say Jones did not pull over at first and led them on a brief chase that ended near Fletcher Avenue near Fountain Square. The Pacers have released a statement, quote, "We are aware of the situation involving Cam Jones. We are in the process of gathering additional information and will not have any additional comment on the matter at this time." I know Ryan Hedrick from the WIBC newsroom has been following this story. He's posted about it. There's a photo of Cam Jones up there, and some of the traffic pictures from this situation. I mean, it looked like it was pretty intense at one point. Multiple police vehicles trying to get this guy to stop, and ultimately he did. But yeah, we don't have a lot of information as to why he wouldn't pull over.
Charges include reckless driving and resisting law enforcement. I don't see anything about anything like including intoxication or anything like that.
No.
It says reckless driving and resisting law enforcement, which is bizarre.
So I'm curious to see what the Pacers do here, because what makes this team successful is that everybody in the locker room seems to get along and they seem to be good people. Like in the Tyrese Halliburton era of Pacers basketball, everybody in that locker room roots for each other. They stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good group, right? Like the most controversial guy is probably Benedict Mathurin, and it's only because he wants to play more. Like that's the kind of like thing that you want to hear from somebody. This isn't like the old days where they were the Pacers that were getting in trouble every other night.
Club Rio Trio.
This is not the Club Rio Trio. So let's see how the Pacers handle this. But I also want to be fair. Why didn't he pull over? Was there some sort of medical situation? I don't know the information. So let's let the information come out.
All
but
right.
if it was just simply him being an a-hole, hey, kid, have fun playing in the G League, because you're not going to be in an NBA locker room trying to poisoning this group.
Back to Noblesville, the Boom.
That's right. The artists formerly known as the Mad Ants are now the Noblesville Boom. Donald Trump threatening to end U.S. aid to Colombia.
Oh, why?
Calling their president a drug dealer.
Seems about right. Yeah.
Here's President Trump on Air Force One. He's speaking to press, and I believe they call this a gaggle. When you're on the airplane, it's a real quick press conference. They call it a gaggle. Here he is talking about the issues with Colombia.
And in fact, even when they had better presidents than they have right now, that's how they're making a lot of money, drugs. I used to complain about it when they had a very nice president, but he wasn't doing it. It was all talk. They are a drug manufacturing machine, Colombia, and we're not going to be part of it. So we're going to drop all money that we're giving to them. It has nothing to do with them stopping drug production. And you look at the fields are loaded up with drugs, and they refine the drugs, and they make tremendous amounts of cocaine, and they send it all over the world, and they destroy families. No, Colombia is out of control, and now they have the worst president they've ever had. He's a lunatic who's got a lot of problems, mental problems.
Oh, no. So are they going to start bombing Colombia shipments in the water, in the ocean?
Nigel, I hope so. I really do, because, again, I love watching the video of these Venezuelan coke dealers,
These
Venezuelan
narco-terrorists.
fentanyl-carrying narco-terrorists, just boom, meet Jesus. Or in this case, probably Satan.
We knew what's coming. That's the worst job on the face of this planet right now.
Venezuelan drug runner?
Yeah. Well, specifically riding a boat in the ocean with several tons of fentanyl in the back. Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, come here. Kenny's the new hire. He's going to be driving the boat this time.
You're going to be in back making sure the shipment doesn't fall over. Good luck.
Good luck. Wish you the best.
And if you get blown up, we could just make more.
That's right. You're replaceable, and so are the drugs. Understand that when you try to make that beeline from Venezuela or Colombia to the United States. Did you see this story about Secret Service claiming that they saw a suspicious hunting stand or hunting platform
near the airport, Palm Beach?
Yeah, Air Force One.
Yeah.
Like maybe in years past, you would look at something like that and go, maybe there was somebody hunting, maybe there's a misunderstanding. But now, I mean, with how many attempts on President Trump's life from the, quote, peaceful, tolerant left, you got to take this stuff very seriously.
The hunting stand was positioned in such a way that it had access, it had a sight line to where President Trump and Air Force One would land and get off the plane.
And how many people are hunting near Palm Beach, Florida? Like, I could be wrong, but that doesn't feel like that's bear country. That doesn't feel like that's deer country. That's a little scary. And
so I'm trying to parse out whether this is being overly cautious. Somebody was just, yeah, you're right. I don't know what they would be hunting for. But I think at this point, you can't take anything for granted.
No.
When we're talking about the safety and the protocols of keeping the President of the United States safe.
The FBI director, Kash Patel, said the hunting stand has not yet been connected to any individual and that the FBI is leading the investigation. Allison, can you go into our folder, please, for today and bring up the clip from Jim Mora, M-O-R-A, Jim Mora.
Really?
Because on this date, back in 1986, former Colts coach, but at the time he was the coach of the New Orleans Saints, Jim Mora, had one of the great press conferences of all time. Now, I think everybody will always attribute to him the playoffs rant, but
second
to me, that's always going to be the runner-up. It was on this date in 1986 we got the diddly-poo rant when he was the head coach of the Saints.
We just got our ass totally kicked.
Yes.
We couldn't do diddly-poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
To me, pound for pound, diddly-poo and horse bleep performance, so much better than playoffs. Playoffs?
That might be number one. Yeah.
Oh, man. Mora was gold.
One.
Jim Mora was gold.
Can you see Shane Steichen dropping a diddly-poo during his press conferences?
And then following it with a horse bleep. So he was okay with saying horse bleep, but we had to edit and go into diddly-poo earlier. Mora was so good, man. Matt Baer, what's up?
All right, fellas, Southside crash eastbound 465 after the I-65 ramps. The left lane is blocked. Traffic jammed past South Meridian Street to Harding. Delayed time at 37 minutes. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Belmont into the South Split. Inbound 65 slows from 29th to Meridian. Inbound 69 delayed 8 minutes from 106th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard the Staples Easy button is back with even more easy? Press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Bill in the YouTube chat. Was that Jim Mora or the Giants coach Brian Dabble talking about the last 5 minutes yesterday? If you watched that Giants-Broncos game yesterday, wow, what a choke job. Giants gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter and lost in regulation after having the Broncos shut out heading into the fourth. Oh, man, big day in the NFL yesterday. Kevin Bowen's going to call in a little bit later on and talk about those first place Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
But coming up next, a spirited round of Is This Anything? It's 64 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus, get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
This is Denny Smith, and C&J's having a water quality sale of whole home protection for what matters the most. Better water for your family. Remove forever chemicals, solids, and metals from the water you cook with and drink. Invest in a softener and a reverse osmosis, UV, or dechlorinator and save $400. Invest in 2 components and save $800. City water or well water, C&J, official partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever, has great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT.
Press 1 for balances. Press 2 for deposits. Press 3 to scream into the void.
We get it. These days, it's all phone menus and chatbots. But business banking doesn't have to be that way. Bank with Horizon and discover the power of real AI, advisor intelligence. Real people who answer calls, know your business, and go above and beyond to help you succeed. Get started today at horizonbank.com/business AI.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll. Brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free. Search indianaunclaimed.gov. Put your name in there. Put your mom's name in there. Put your relatives or friends' names in there. See if they got any money floating around. indianaunclaimed.gov.
All right, Nige, so I feel like you're the perfect person to talk about this. It's well known. You used to be a alternative rock DJ, very successful here in the city.
Oh man, back in the heyday, X103, late 90s, early 2000s. I said late 80s, late 90s, early 2000s for sure. Yeah.
How much Limp Bizkit did you play
all
on
the
air?
time? Oh, they were huge all the time, and I was there when they were coming up. You Gotta Have Faith was probably their first single they released, and then I think they followed it up with Nookie.
Sam Rivers, the bassist for Limp Bizkit, passed away over the weekend at 48. He played on all 6 of the band's albums.
Yeah, as a founding member.
And the cause of death has not yet been made public. Is this anything?
Yeah, it's something. I mean, really young, 48 years old. Wow.
That's my age, man.
Look, Sam had a severe alcohol problem back in the day with that band, so much to the point where he had liver disease and had to get a liver transplant. That's not like me and you getting like a hard buzz over the weekend watching the Colts game. You know what I mean? That's like a half gallon a day.
That's going hard in the paint.
So he had so he got sober, had the transplant, and I don't have any idea. I'm just speculating. Maybe it was a complication to do his transplant, which happened in like 2018. So it's been several years since he had that transplant. But people have to remember that Limp Bizkit was one of the biggest rock bands. Nu metal, spelled N-U,
Right.
new metal.
They did the rock and rap thing pretty well. They were at the forefront.
They figured it out and were successful in a meteoric rise during the late 90s and early 2000s. So, yeah, I mean, he was just posting the day before his death about, promoting Limp Bizkit shows. So he was back with the band. He got back with the band as soon as he recovered from his liver transplant in 2018. And a pretty recognizable guy in the band. And, yeah, it's tragic. It sucks. So, yeah, this is definitely something.
Here's a little montage of Limp Bizkit hits.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify.
Ripping someone's head off.
Well, it takes a song, man, baby.
Yeah, this is their first.
The remake of Faith.
Rollin'. My way or the highway. It's their biggest hit.
Signature song, Nookie?
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely. Nookie, Limp Bizkit's signature song. And
Nookie over Rollin'?
Over Rollin'. Yeah, sure. Rollin's huge. And a couple of those other ones were real big. But they're still touring. Fred Durst is in his 50s. And, he put out an Instagram post, quote, Sam Rivers wasn't just our bass player. He was pure magic. The pulse beneath every song, the calm and the chaos, the soul and the sound. He had some definite influence on some of the other new metal bands in terms of his bass playing ability. So, yeah, it's really sad that he passed away at 48. Don't know why. Limp Bizkit, not one of my favorite bands in the world. I remember being at X103. They were on the second stage when Gotta Have Faith was huge, and they destroyed the stage. If anybody remembers X-Fest back in 98 or 99, they destroyed the second stage.
So hold on. You mean to tell me the guys that had a song called Break Stuff broke stuff?
Break.
I'm shocked.
Break Stuff that song wasn't out at the time, but they were crazy. They did not get paid for that performance at X-Fest in the late 90s, but I remember I introduced them on stage for sure.
Anybody that's watched that documentary on Netflix about Woodstock 99 remembers when, the organizer saw the crowd getting a little rowdy, the stage started to fall apart, and they told Limp Bizkit, hey, you guys need to tell the crowd to calm down, everybody take a deep breath, relax, maybe turn down the temperature a little bit. And they went up and performed Break Stuff. And Fred Durst started crowd surfing on broken pieces of the stage.
The plywood. He's on the plywood. You guys need to calm it down just a little bit. Look, things are getting out of control. It's just one of those days.
Is this anything? A Florida man was arrested after allegedly stealing a woman's car with a 1-year-old still inside.
Oh, no.
He immediately brought the vehicle back when he saw the child, and then the police were able to arrest him. Here's the 911 call made by the mother of the child.
My car! 911, where's your emergency? No, that's my car. I don't care who's about to see you. My kid's in there. I don't care. Ma'am, what's the address where you need help? That's why I come back. He brought my car back. What's going on? Somebody tried to tow it? No, some random guy at the gas station just tried to take off with my car. He noticed my son was in here, so we brought it back, but he literally about left with my child when I ran into the gas station. So he tried to steal your car? I guess he's apologizing, but he still just tried to steal my car.
And the police arrested the guy. Yeah, that's something. Although, if I'm at a gas station, even to this day, I have older kids. If I'm filling up at the gas station, even if I'm just getting out of the car, first of all, I never go in. I know you do. You spend daily visits to the gas station inside, but you don't have anybody with you.
Right.
If I fill up the man van and I got the kids in the car, I take the keys out of the car and put them in my pocket with me. I don't know if that's being overly cautious. I don't know if that's being paranoid. But even if I'm just filling up and not necessarily going inside and I got the kids in the car, and they're older, I got my keys in my pocket. They're not. I don't leave them in the car.
Connor's not that many years away from being able to have a firearm. Let Guy Relford train him, and when somebody gets in the car, I can see him pulling it right out. Hey.
All right, hit it, put it in park, pal.
I wouldn't if I were you. You got to have a cool catchphase if you're going to pull a gun on somebody in a car.
I wouldn't if I were you. Is that it?
Yes.
I love it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
My new Galaxy Concrete garage floor coating is out of this world. Super professional staff, done in as little as a day, and they don't mess around with epoxy, all right? Forget that battle with epoxy. They use polyurea for your concrete coating. It's the new premium standard for coatings in this industry. Stronger hold, color won't fade, very easy to clean, lifetime warranty. They did such a great job on my garage floor. Had them back out to do the utility room, the concrete floor there in my basement. Check out their website to see some pictures. Get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070.
Why do so many basement companies want half the money up front? Could it be because it's easier to get than earning all your trust? At the Michaelis Corporation, they don't ask for a deposit until the job is done and you're completely satisfied. They even start with a free inspection to ensure you know exactly what your home needs without the guesswork. With over 35 years' experience, they've proven that trust is built on results, not deposits. Michaelis, building trust beneath your feet. Visit michaeliscorp.com.
Are you ready for retirement or just hoping for the best? At Wise Money Radio, we bring you the strategies, stories, and straight talk you need to make your money work smarter so you can live wiser. From taxes and healthcare costs to Social Security and income planning, we cut through the noise to give you the clarity you deserve. Listen to Wise Money Radio with Joe Wilson of Omega Wealth Private Capital, Saturday mornings at 5 right here on 93.1 WIBC.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The government shutdown continues. What's happening today? Sunny and still 64 degrees. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 4:31. The Senate is set to vote on a bill to try and end that, but don't expect a quick fix. Democrats are sticking to their demand that any bill include an extension for health care subsidies. Republicans are digging in too, saying they won't negotiate at all until the government is back open for business. Out of the conflict in the Middle East, Israel is reporting that the Red Cross has released the body of a deceased hostage from inside Gaza. This comes as Israel accuses Hamas of breaking the ceasefire.
The body of one additional hostage was transferred to Israeli forces within the enclave, and it will soon be identified. So many families still waiting for answers in the aftermath of this ceasefire that was broken by Hamas over the weekend when they killed 2 Israeli soldiers. According to the IDF, Hamas militants popped out of a tunnel in southern Gaza before firing RPGs at an excavator working near the city of Rafah. In another incident nearby, Israeli soldiers were wounded by Hamas sniper fire. The event prompted Israeli strikes across the Gaza Strip that killed dozens of Palestinians. Israeli officials say they are resuming the American-led ceasefire.
Fox's Trey Yingst reporting from Tel Aviv, Israel. Israel Israel's ambassador to the U.S. says 2 Israeli soldiers died and 3 medics were shot. Hamas says they do not know about any shooting and claims they are still following the ceasefire rules. Vice President J.D. Vance is set to visit Israel tomorrow. The rock band Rush, who are members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, are giving fans more chances to see them next year. The band said today that they are adding 17 new dates to their reunion tour. They'll kick off the new leg in Philadelphia on August 21st and wrap up the whole thing in Vancouver on December 15th. They've also added stops in places like Detroit, Boston, and Seattle. And now your WIBC closing bell report. At the closing bell, the Dow rose by 515 points to 46,706. The S&P 500 gained 71 points to 6735. The NASDAQ increased by 310 to 22,990. WIBC News Time 4:33. Your traffic and weather next.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
WIBC traffic at 434. Matt Bear, what you got?
South side crash eastbound 465 after the I-65 interchange. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is stopped. Back to Harding Street. Delay has ballooned to 47 minutes. Inbound 65 delayed 7 minutes. 29th to Meridian. Southbound 6570 stop and go traffic from the north split down to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70 slow to downtown from Belmont. 6-minute delay into the south split. Eastbound 465 stop and go Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Inbound 69 delayed 10 minutes. 106th Street to 465. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. They've teamed up with the Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or DrexelIN.com today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now here's the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking a spotty rain chance for our Monday night with breezy winds remaining in place. Low temperatures will fall into the upper 40s to low 50s. Tuesday, high temperatures will be in the mid-60s with breezy winds continuing. Wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour at times with an increase in cloud cover. Wednesday, feeling more like November with highs in the mid-50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Let's talk about Corinne Jean-Pierre.
Oh, she eats baguettes and smokes little cigarettes.
Does she have... Wait, is this her memoir? Or what is this?
Oh, yeah, her new book, Independent.
No, as Donald Trump would say, Corinne Jean-Pierre's horrible book.
Horrible is a key word here because she claims that the way the Dems treated Joe Biden was horrible, and that's why she's, wait for it, independent now.
Oh, okay.
In her new horrible book, Independent, revealed that the Democrat Party forced Joe Biden to drop out. Quote, "Never had I considered leaving the Democrat Party until now. You know what? I'm going to become an independent. I don't think I can stomach being in the Democratic Party anymore."
2 words for Nobody cares. Everybody has forgotten about you.
True.
It doesn't matter.
You were the diversity hire and nobody cares.
And this is the kind of thing where the No Kings protests comes into play. Again, with the treatment of Joe Biden, ousting him. Barack Obama giving his Hollywood buddy George Clooney the okay to put an op-ed piece out in the New York Times saying Joe Biden should drop out after the debate between Biden and Trump. Right. That's kind of when that all started. And they installed, when I say they, the Democratic Party, installed Kamala Harris.
You mean she won a primary?
She didn't win.
Good save. Good save.
She didn't win.
No.
She didn't win anything.
There was no primary.
That's the way kings operate. When they just install, again, the Democratic Party, just install people.
Oh, so that's what this whole past weekend was about. They were mad at the Democrats, right?
Yeah. Or they were mad at Donald Trump for having 2028 merch.
Right.
I'm running for a third term. I've got merch. It says 2028 on it. Didn't we get tweets like that?
Yeah, somebody was giving us crap on social media. You don't understand,
Several
No
people.
Kings. He's got merch that says 2028 on it.
Like, I understand if you don't like the ICE angle. I understand if you don't like the foreign policy. I don't understand it, actually. I don't agree. I don't agree with it. Yeah, redistricting. But the thing where Donald Trump is trolling and saying he's going to run for a third party, and people are putting messages on our X account saying, look, if you don't pay attention to this, you're crazy. He's got merch saying 2028. We didn't even repost it because it's so stupid. It's laughable.
But please keep making those comments, because every time a Democrat tweets, an angel gets its wings and a Democrat loses poll numbers. And going back to saying she's going to be independent, friend of the show, Mindy Winkler from Hank FM, texts me, I keep thinking of Rudolph and the kid Hermie. I'm independent every time she says it. It's a good point. It's an odd reference, but yes, I get it and I understand. Please, Mr. Attorney General Todd Rokita, will you please have the honors of kicking off some legal stuff?
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Do you know what the On shoe company is, Nige?
Yeah, I think it's Swiss, On Cloud. I've got some. Oh no, I've got my old 10-year-old Nikes on right now. On Cloud. I think that's what it is. But I have a couple pairs of those shoes.
Okay, customers have been complaining because their shoes supposedly won't stop squeaking when you walk, and it's super embarrassing. Here is what the squeaking of these shoes sound like when you walk in them.
Yeah. I've got like two pairs of those shoes, and one, like, it's only when I walk on the marble floor coming from the elevator to the studio. They don't do it on the carpet.
So it's just like on a hard floor.
Yeah, it does make that noise. As a matter of fact, maybe I should get in on this civil lawsuit.
It is kind of embarrassing, though. Like, it sounds like ducks quacking or like a petite chick farting. Can you play that again one more time, please, Miss Allison?
A petite chick.
She just had her Starbucks. Come on, Karen. You got to hear those things slapping out of there.
Tell me what it would sound like or describe, or could I possibly hear what it would sound like if it was an obese chick farting?
You'd hear a little reverb, right? I'm trying to get my lips to do it. Like, because when those butt cheeks start flapping together, it's like ocean waves coming out like in a tsunami. That's what it would be. Mike Pence used to sit in this chair. This is the chair Mike Pence used to sit in.
I have shoes that do that. It's just like George when he went to buy the new suit for his job interview, and his thighs are rubbing together.
That's right. And didn't we have a story last week about some chick who bought leather pants, and every time she bent over, it sounded like she was farting? Allison, you ever worn leather pants and make it sound like it's a big beefer coming out?
No, but I will say I do have a pair of shoes that also make those squeaking noises, and I got rid of them because it just drove me nuts.
Nige, can you wear the shoes tomorrow? And I want to videotape you walking around.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Just,
yeah.
Okay.
On Cloud, I think is the brand of the shoe. I like them.
And if I'm you, I'm get involved in that lawsuit. More legal stuff here. Police in Maine are looking for an older man who picked up and walked away with $7,400 in cash that someone else lost after they inadvertently left it on the roof of their car and drove off. I mean, this happens all the time, right? Who hasn't just put $7,400 in cash on the roof of your car? Here's a woman who's staying at a nearby hotel talking about it.
It's just so sad to think that someone would actually go out there and think it was their money and just pick it all up, take it. To me, that's stealing. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. And you call the police or you call whoever and try to get someone back here. Good Samaritan. We would never take that money, ever. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, what you do is if that happens and you find a random bag of money filled with $7,400, you call the police and say, hey, you need to come here right away. I just found a bag full of $4,000 in cash.
That's right.
And I want to turn it in immediately.
Because I'm a good person and I believe in doing the right thing. Here's your bag of $2,000. Did I say two? I mean four. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
If you have Medicaid and are new to Medicare, you may qualify to enroll in a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan with a lot more benefits, like dental, vision, and hearing, along with helpful support when you need it most. Now is the time to see if you qualify to enroll. It only takes a few minutes to find out if you're eligible. Our licensed sales agents are ready to help you understand your options. So this Medicare planning season, we can help you plan well. Learn more at humanaduals.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a dual-eligible special needs HMO SNP plan with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Custom jewelry is not out of reach with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. At PA Jewelers, you can customize any piece of jewelry for that special someone. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Gold, diamonds, gemstones, and of course those watches from Flederman Von Riest, assembled right here in Indiana. Custom designed jewelry with PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. Custom jewelry made just for you. PA Jewelers, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-456-4010. PAJewelers.jewelry.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Hi, this is Malia with Family Heating and Air, and as a mom myself, I know it's really important to keep the kiddos healthy. Air quality, humidity, those are super big issues on my concern list. If you share any of these concerns, give family a call, 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
BMW, Mercedes-Benz, VW, Audi, Mini, Porsche. Names that mean quality, performance,
and usually a dreadful service experience. You know you can't take your car just anywhere, but you may not know you can get the same quality service and parts without going to a dealership.
Enter Auto House Merkel.
Everything from routine service to performance tuning is handled with care by technicians who specialize in German vehicles, using only OEM parts or equivalent.
At a lower cost and less hassle than the dealership.
Book service now at AutohouseMerkel.com.
Are you ready to put joint pain behind you and get to a place where persistent pain doesn't control your life? The dedicated orthopedic experts at Community Health Network are here to turn those goals into a reality. With personalized treatment options that include robotic-assisted surgery, we'll help you feel your best so you can get back to enjoying your hobbies again. Learn more about your care options at ecommunity.com/ortho Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered.
Help DEA keep our communities safe and healthy by participating in National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day, Saturday, October 25th. Take action right in your own home by cleaning out your medicine cabinet of unneeded medications. Keep them safe, clean them out, take them back. Find a collection site near you at DEATakeback.com. Do your part to lower overdose deaths and prevent prescription drug misuse before it starts. That's DEATakeback.com.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15. Go to DrexelIN.com for details.
Snapped a great photo? Witnessed something newsworthy?
Hey, there's some news.
You can text it right to the WIBC newsroom. Join the text club. Text WIBC to 317-239-9393.
We call him Lion Matt.
Lion
Matt tells the truth with his traffic reports high, puts them down, and he lies.
No, a south side crash eastbound 465 after the I-65 ramps. The left lane is blocked. Traffic is stopped back to the I-69 interchange, and this is a delay of 47 minutes. Inbound 65, 9-minute delay, MLK to Meridian. Eastbound 70 is delayed 6 minutes from Belmont into the South Split. Southbound 6570 construction slowdown Michigan Street to the South Split. West side crash, southbound 465 at I-74. Right lane is blocked. Traffic stop and go back to West 46th Street. Northeast side, eastbound 465, a stall before 69. We are slow past Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new carpeting or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, sunshine 64 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. Crank up a little booze news.
You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We are gonna read booze news, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Nigel presents
Booze news, booze news. Time for booze. Yeah, Dateline Houston Hammer, a nurse, arrested for DWI.
Oh.
She tells the arresting officer, quote, "I'll let you die," warning them not to come to her hospital.
Haha, it's so funny, bro. You're laughing at the window. Well, nurse, and when you come through my hospital, don't worry, I'll let you die. Oh my God. All your family members, and this is all on recording?
What hospital? What hospital? So I never go there, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is it?
You can say that on recording? What hospital, so you never go there? You can say that.
You're literally saying that you're going to let me die.
No, you can say that? Ha 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 ha. What hospital? You can say that?
Yes. Do you not hear me?
Yeah. Greater Heights. Don't go there.
Greater Heights.
Memorial Hermann? Yeah, it is. It's a hospital in Greater Heights. I've worked there for 7 years in the ICU. Why are you being such a
Because you literally just said that you don't want me there because you're going to let me die.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not that great of a person. You think you can just treat me like this?
So that was the police body cam recording this just belligerent drunk nurse. I'll let you die.
Yeah, and by the way, she was fired. As if that's some shock.
Right. Where are all the people saying, free speech at?
Well, look, I mean, you go back to COVID. Oh, you didn't get the jab. You were at the back of the line if you need to get in the hospital.
Jimmy Kimmel was championing for that.
Oh, of course, but he didn't get pulled over drunk. This lady, wow, I'll let you die. And then she was somehow shocked. She was aghast that the police officer had the nerve to ask her, what hospital do you work at, so I don't go there?
Right. If they employ you, I want to make sure that I avoid that place. I'd rather have the plague than go to your place. More booze news. There's a guy that's going viral for posting a video on how to make booze out of hot dogs.
What?
In order to turn hot dogs into delicious alcohol, I needed a way to extract the hot dog flavor into something fermentable. Once I had a concentrated pot of hot dog water, it was time to sterilize it with a pressure cooker, and our hot dog water can be used as a base for a meat. I started with a few pounds of honey, enough to supply enough sugar to hit 16% alcohol. All that was left to do was add our yeast and let this hot doggy mix ferment for 30 days. Now all that's left to do is have a taste. If you could collect the liquid that's at the bottom of the garbage bin at a baseball game, that is what we're drinking right now.
I'd try it.
I think I would too. It sounds horrible. It sounds
awful.
Gross, but I'm probably in. I admit it.
Alcohol made out of hot dogs and hot dog water. Good God.
Probably had worse in my life, if I'm being honest. I've probably had, worse boozes before, but why not? Big science story this past week included the report that Ozempic, the weight loss drug, might blunt the effects of alcohol so you don't get drunk as fast. So not only are you losing weight, but you're holding your booze a little bit better too.
Yeah, I have some experience with this medicine. It's not just, I think it just blunts your effect. It blunts your desire for booze and food and everything. That's what happens.
But see, the key words I read in this report were as fast. Like, you don't get drunk as fast.
So if you're drinking and you're on Ozempic, you're not going to feel anything.
Like what used to take guys like us, let's say 8 beers to feel a little buzz.
It's going to take 16.
Maybe 16. Which, if I'm telling my wife, was just a couple of beers.
Right.
That's the math that every dude needs to tell their wife. Well, I'm on Ozempic, so really I just had a couple of beers. Narrator, it was a case. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
It's not just cancer care, it's the complete care you get at Hendricks.
And you can feel that spirit of excellence, trying to do what's best from a medical standpoint, but also trying to affect the patient and their family as you would a family member.
Hendricks Care is trying to meet the patient where they are. You know your body better than anyone else.
Do the cancer screening early.
An ounce of prevention versus a pound of cure.
Learn about health screenings at hendricks.org/cancer.
Fall is in full swing at Wilson Farm Market. Bright mums, pumpkins, and gourds are waiting to bring color to your porch and table. Enjoy a fresh apple cider slush or Wilson's famous peach cider slush. The taste of fall in every sip. Inside, the ovens are busy with breads, pies, and treats you'll smell the moment you walk in. Hungry yet? Grab some crispy fried chicken or stop by the deli, salad bar, and cheese counter for easy meals to take home. Wilson Farm Market, right off US 31, just north of Westfield. Your fall favorites all in one stop.
Of all the times to buy new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swingco Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement, a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swingco 317-407-1868 or swingcollc.com.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops.
Mark Deedle, the only real estate expert I trust and recommend with the sale of my home. Neil in Indy had already moved and listed his old house with an agent friend for like 60 days. He wasn't happy. He decided to go with Mark Deedle. And after about 15 days on the market, Mark Deedle's team sold Neil's house as is for the price he needed.
Mark Deedle is the only real estate expert we trust and recommend on the Hammer and Nigel show. And it's the guarantee that separates Mark Deedle from the competition. Mark Deedle guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. You pick the move date, no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Nobody does it better than Mark Deedle. Contact him today, 317-755-4232. 755-4232, or go to markdeedle.com. That's Mark, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdeedle.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, Indiana Pacers rookie guard now in jail. You're listening to 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A possible mass shooting is stopped in Atlanta. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Police say a convicted felon with mental health issues is accused of threatening to open fire at the world's busiest airport and describing his plan during a video call with family members.
We're here today briefing you on a success and not a tragedy, because a family saw something and said something.
Atlanta Police Chief Darren Shirebaum says 49-year-old Billy Joe Cagle of Cartersville, Georgia, was arrested inside Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. An AR-15 rifle and 27 rounds of ammunition found in his pickup truck nearby. Cagle's charged with multiple counts, including making terrorist threats and possession of a firearm by a felon.
There's still a lot of questions as to how this convicted felon with mental problem got his hands on a high-powered semi-automatic rifle. That's all part of the investigation, but bottom line, authorities say that the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport is now safe.
Fox's Madison Scarpino. A federal appeals court says President Trump can deploy the National Guard to Portland, Oregon. The divided three-judge panel ruling that the president's claim federal agents and property are threatened is within a range of honest judgment. Today's ruling reverses a lower court decision. A separate fight over deployment in Chicago has been appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Both Israel and Hamas say they remain committed to a ceasefire deal after fighting over the weekend in Gaza.
President Trump's Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff and his son-in-law Jared Kushner arrived in Israel today to meet with their Israeli counterparts and keep the ceasefire moving forward. Regional negotiators are already starting to work on the implementation of phase 2 in this deal that ultimately should lead to Hamas disarming.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. President Trump telling reporters again today that Hamas would be eradicated if, quote, we have to, but also repeating that would not mean U.S. boots on the ground. America is listening to Fox News.
'93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He is facing several charges. You've got a sunny sky and it's 65 degrees now on Monument Circle. Tonight's low is 49. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Indiana Pacers rookie guard Cam Jones is now in the Marion County Jail after he was driving recklessly on I-65 in Indianapolis today, say police. Officers tried to pull Jones over, but he refused to stop. The chase ended near the Fletcher Avenue exit. That's when police arrested Jones. Jones was a second-round pick in the 2025 NBA draft, and he was set to play for the Pacers' G League affiliate, the Noblesville Boom, but he is out with a back injury. Average price for gas in Indiana today is $2.83 a gallon, says AAA. A man that was hit by a pickup truck a week ago has a long recovery ahead of him. Johnette Cruz explains why.
Tracy Gillard's husband, Jeff, was hit by a white pickup truck on Monday, October 13th on the corner of East Raymond and Shelby Streets as he was walking to his bus stop for work.
They think he had a stroke during this process. Bottom of his back is broke.
This is just some of his injuries, and he still remains in critical condition.
Pelvic, front and back broke. Right femur broke. Left hand broke. 20 staples in his head. He's lucky to be alive.
Gillard says the intersection is unsafe due to chronic speeding and poor visibility and is demanding city action. The accident is still under investigation. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Indiana Hoosier head football coach Kurt Cignetti says his team's next opponent presents a unique challenge. John Herrick reports.
The 7-0 Hoosiers are ranked second in the country, and they're about to face the 3-4 Bruins of UCLA this Saturday. At his weekly press conference on Monday, Cignetti said you can't think of UCLA as a 3-4 team, though.
We're playing a 3-0 football team that's 3-0 in the conference. Since they have retooled their staff and now have their new defensive coordinator and offensive staff in place.
He says they're starting fast and they're keeping opponents off balance lately, which is why they've won their last 3 games and therefore cannot be taken lightly. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
News time, 5:04. Your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
With your traffic at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
Crash clear south side on eastbound 465, still stuck from I-69 over 231, but we're clearing out and you should be gone here before too long. Crash moved to the right shoulder on the west side of southbound 465 at 74 Crawfordsville. On the right shoulder now slow 238. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic from MLK to Meridian. That's a 13-minute delay. Southbound 65 at 70 jammed up from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 slow before Belmont into the south split. That's delayed 6 minutes. Inbound 69 stop and go traffic from 106th Street to 465, a 10-minute delay. And eastbound 465 slow from Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They've teamed up with the Indiana Fever and Common Threads to provide local schools with information for nutritious meal preparation. Learn more at anthem.com/fever. Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is the trade name of Anthem Insurance Companies Incorporated. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Spotty showers possible tonight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. Tuesday, temperatures will be in the mid 60s with breezy winds. Wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour at times with an increase in cloud cover. I'm with TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
So Hammer, Indy weekend violence. 14 people shot, 2 people killed Friday through Sunday. I'm assuming that's what all the protests were about over the weekend, right?
Oh, Nige, you and your drugs. No.
I mean, a person shot every 5 hours on average. No protests for that?
An average of 2.74 victims shot or stabbed every single day in Indy right now. And let the record clearly state, this is what Joe Hogsett and Ryan Mears are doing victory laps on. This. Somebody is shot or stabbed on an average 2.75 times a day. Indy is outpacing Chicago by nearly 8% in homicides per capita.
No way.
And this is what the prosecutor's office and the mayor's office keeps trying to get the media and the police, the communications wing, to blast out there. Look how safe it is. It's not a record. See, we don't have to set a record every single year. Okay, that's fine, but it's also not what you would call safe. The last 5 years are the most violent 5-year stretch in the entire history of the city of Indianapolis.
There have been at least 800 people shot or stabbed in 2025. 800.
2.75 victims shot or stabbed every single day just in the city of Indianapolis.
It's a good thing everybody dressed up in wacky anti-Trump clothing and put up signs Saturday for the no kings.
Right. Thank God for that one liberal guy that posted a picture of himself having a beer on Mass Ave at 3 o'clock in the afternoon saying, "It looks safe to me." I guess all the conservatives are just scared of downtown.
I didn't go. I saw Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey show sort of going back and forth with Jesse Brown, the socialist on the Indy City County Council.
Oh, we've had Jesse in studio
he's
before.
He's been in here before. There's some very few things we have in common, but did you come down here? Because Rob was making fun of the fact that they had some awful speakers lined up. Like
Destiny Wells, which I believe Rob refers to her as Indiana's Beto, somebody with all this hype behind him that never wins anything. And then the notorious PIG, that big fat woman from Ball State in charge of health that was fired for celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
So those were the big keynote speakers.
But Jesse was like, you weren't here. The crowd seemed to have a good reception.
Well, yeah.
It's a good reception.
It's an echo chamber. It's like-minded people. I'm sure if you had a MAGA rally, it's going to have the same effect, right? Like-minded people are going to have a good time together, but nothing's going to change. One, there's no king, and I can't stress that enough. And two, elections are going to happen. And only one party chose not to have a primary this past presidential election, and it was the party throwing a no kings get-together.
If there was a king, there wouldn't be a shutdown right now. If there was a king, I doubt you would be able to gather thousands of people on outside the State House last Saturday. If there was a king.
If there was a king, he would not allow the national parks to be open, and let alone, for many people, that's where their no kings rallies were at, these big parks that were open, national parks across the country.
Didn't you get into Yellowstone for free?
And Grand Teton. It was great. No workers at that little front booth.
What did it say?
This is the sign on the door, drive on in. Okay.
Because the government was shut down and that's a national park, I wouldn't have thought they'd let people in.
Yeah, it was great, man. Like, I hope the government never opens. We drove right through the national park, and then the next day we went to Yellowstone and did it again. It was beautiful. Saved about $70, man.
They couldn't have paid a guy like $12 an hour to sit there and collect money?
It's the government, Nige. They don't think those things through.
I mean, he could have been making money. That's all I'm saying.
No kings, baby.
I know kings.
If it means free admission to places, I'll drive through, honk the horn. No kings! Hey, here we go.
It was, I saw some, I think it was peaceful for the most part. I saw footage of some pro-Trump protesters, demonstrators there clashing with anti-Trump downtown here and then, the IMPD having to break it up, that kind of thing. But other places, I just saw ugliness and hatred, and that woman I guess she was a teacher that was, pointing to her neck and acting like she was getting shot like Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah. I tweeted that video. If you go to Hammer and Nigel's Twitter
horrible.
feed.
How much hate and just darkness in your heart do you have to do something like that?
Well, I mean, these are also the same people that not only did they do the gesture, they did the deed. They shot Charlie Kirk.
Sure.
They've tried to kill President Trump. They tried to kill all the Republicans at the congressional baseball game. It's like, if we're having a game here, right, there's one side that's dominating the assassination game. Spoiler, it ain't the side that says no King's rallies are silly. It's the other side.
Ditto for school shootings.
Right. Hey, if you live in Indy, and if you lived here for a long time, there's significance to today's date, October 20th. Because back in 1987, it was on today's date that the Ramada Inn plane crash disaster took place. Now, I was 10 years old when this took place, Nige, but I remember it like it was yesterday. Major news coverage. My wife, who lived on the west side, obviously she was 10 years old, wasn't my wife at the time, but she lived on the west side. She remembers hearing the big loud boom of the plane crashing into the Ramada Inn.
She remembers hearing it?
Yes. It was like a sonic boom, like an explosion. A United States Air Force jet, a Corsair II, piloted by Major Bruce Teagarden, was en route from Pittsburgh to some sort of Air Force base in Nevada when it started having some issues. Had engine trouble, like gear trouble, and it started losing altitude very fast. About 15 miles south of the Indianapolis International Airport, a call was made. Hey, I'm going to have to bring this thing down. I'm losing controls. I have no more contact. So the pilot, as he got closer and closer to the airport, realized he's lost all control of the plane. Wow. He ejects out from probably about 500 feet in the air, and he's got bumps and bruises, but he's okay. The plane then bounces off a Bank One building over on the west side, southwest side, and then slams into the Ramada Inn Hotel, ultimately killing 10 people. And that hotel, with all the fire burns and everything, stood for like 2 years, just a big eyesore until they tore it down. This is what it sounded like on WIBC that day with the news coverage.
Radio Indiana, WIBC, Indianapolis.
A plane crash on the west side in Indianapolis. It's 46 degrees and cloudy this afternoon, cloudy and cool and a high of 50. Good morning, I'm Joe Pickett along with Fred Heckman, and this is WIBC News.
So that was the newscast of the Ramada Inn disaster. Here's a little bit more coverage back on this date in 1987 from WIBC.
The plane has crashed. We do have Marion County Sheriffs, City Police, and State Police setting up a command post near 5500 Bradbury, near the scene, or near the Ramada Inn at the at the airport. We have heard reports that people have been jumping from windows out of the hotel. People in the area say all you can see is smoke coming up from the area. We do have the report that it was a military aircraft. We did understand that the pilot apparently ejected from the craft.
And ultimately, they cleared the pilot of any wrongdoing. I think the Air Force ended up having to pay X amount of money in a settlement. But it wasn't a lot, though. It wasn't as much as you would think that it was.
I was 11 years old. Man.
Nigel, happier news. If you need a reason to drink tonight, if the rollout of the Hammer and Nigel show Tequila wasn't enough, how about this? Happy 54th birthday to the D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg, 54 today.
That's all?
That's all he is, 54. Born Calvin Broadus.
Wow.
Nicknamed Snoop Doggy Dogg, then became Snoop Dogg, then became Snoop Lion, and now he's just Snoop.
Okay.
Snoop is 54.
Snoop.
So we're going to play a round of Don't Forget the Lyrics with producer Allison. Now, Allison, Snoop came out when I was like a junior in high school. That's when he started doing stuff with Dr. Dre and kind of made a name for himself here. So I know there's a little bit of an age gap here. Yeah. But these are popular songs, so I'm going to play a Snoop song. I'm going to stop it at some point. You have to get the next line, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
We'll
Number
see.
1.
So turn off the lights and close the doors. But what? We don't love them now. Yeah. So we gon' blow up to this. G's up, freeze up for a second now. Bounce to this.
Gin and juice.
There we go. There we go. All right. All right. One down. Let's see if we can get these next two.
It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this and who gives a about those? So just chill.
Oh, shoot.
So just chill.
Till the next episode.
Yeah, that one I didn't
To the
know.
next episode.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I know this. What's the song called?
Nothing but a G thing.
Okay. I knew the song.
Really a Dr. Dre song, but Snoop is half and half on that.
Okay. Well,
All
that's
right.
why I didn't get it.
That's what it is. All right, so it comes down to this one. Okay. This is for wins or losses here, number 3.
When the pimp's in the crib, ma.
Drop it like a top.
Yeah, there we go. Atta girl. Way to bring it home,
2 out
Allison.
of 3.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not bad. Not bad.
Matt Baer, what's up?
Crash northeast side at Benford Boulevard at East 56th Street. Crash northbound 65 north of MLK. And that's blocking the right lane. Stop and go traffic 229, a 4-minute delay in that northbound direction. Inbound 65 stop and go MLK to Meridian, 12-minute delay. Eastbound 70 delayed 6 minutes from Belmont to Meridian. Southbound 65 70 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split because of construction. Crash Meridian Street just to the south of Fall Creek Parkway. North side eastbound 465 stall cleared, still stop and go traffic big time from Westfield Boulevard over to I-69. Inbound 69 delayed 10 minutes, 106 to 465. Traffic sponsored by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy press it for custom print shipping services, even passport photos. Staples, that was easy. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
64 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and a fun round of Are You Okay With This next.
Hi, this is Denny Smith, and it's time to get ready for spooky season by eliminating all of that spooky dirt, grime, and spills. Halloween brings out the best in people, but it also brings out some pretty scary crud from all the foot traffic. How about having Zero Res help you take on all of that with an unbelievable October special? Get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at just $129 and 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Now that's some serious savings on the carpet cleaning. And remember that your air ducts are where the really spooky stuff is. Yikes! The Zero Res service for your carpets, floors, dryer vents, or air ducts is easy to line up, and you can go online at ZeroResIndy.com to do the scheduling at your convenience. I love these folks, and don't forget the ZR Water difference. No soap, no residue, no harsh chemicals, leaving things really clean. Now mention WIBC and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at $129 plus 15% off dryer vent and air duct cleaning too. Call 317-388-5141 or book things online at ZeroResIndy.com.
The Voice of Health Minute with Dr. Robert Prather of Holistic Integration.
You know, if you're looking for any type of disease, blood work's the place to go. If someone's not feeling that great, blood work's the place to go. It shows the function of all the organs in the body, the hormones, vitamin and mineral deficiencies. So anytime somebody comes in and says, hey doc, I got this symptom, I sound like a broken record, let's do blood work. If you're not feeling quite up to par or something strange has occurred, let's do blood work.
What about even for prevention?
Absolutely. Not only can you look at blood work to see what's going wrong, but you can indicate on there what could possibly go wrong. What we are all about is structure function care. Structure function care is all about homeostasis. Homeostasis is the balance in the body. Blood work is one of the most important ways of finding out to see how that balance is going.
The Voice of Health with Dr. Robert Prather, Sundays at 8 p.m. or anytime at thevoiceofhealthradio.com.
Hi, I'm Dallas, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. You know she loves her Shane Company engagement ring, but you also want to surprise her for her birthday, anniversary, or just because she deserves it. Why not get her a bigger diamond with our easy trade-up program? We'll give you the full credit of your original natural diamond purchase toward a new one. Her new diamond only has to be $1 more. You only pay the difference. How's that for an easy trade-up? Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Of all the times to buy a new Lincoln, right now is the very best time at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months on 2025 Lincoln Corsair, Nautilus, or Aviator. Plus get a $1,000 Tom Roush Trade Assist bonus. So come get that new Lincoln from Tom Roush Lincoln, where our family's been serving yours for over 53 years.
Subject to credit approval. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for complete offer details. Offer ends 10/31/2025.
Hear that? That's Mike. He took ZQL Ultra, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. ZQL Ultra helps Mike fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs, so he can wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or drexelin.com today.
Thinning hair? This year, grow your hair back like I did. Call 317-522-2995 or visit WeGrowHairIndy.com.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show. Oh, yeah! Well, Hammer, you're not going to believe this, but Saturday Night Live made a Nazi joke about Donald Trump and his administration.
That's such an original concept.
Wow. The joke about Trump officials, and it did get awkward with the audience in terms of their reaction. Weekend Update host Colin Jost was discussing the Argentine president meeting up with Donald Trump.
Argentine President Javier Milei met with President Trump at the White House this week, where Trump announced he's sending $40 billion to Argentina. Because if history is any guide, a lot of Trump officials will end up fleeing to Argentina. Okay, one clap.
Are you okay with that joke, and can you make sense of it?
So this is
I don't think the audience really understood.
Right, because nobody knows history, right? That's why they compare everybody to Hitler, just because they think it's a bad guy, until they actually learn what Hitler did. This was a reference to Nazi war criminals who basically fled to Argentina after World War II. The escape route Nazis employed to flee Europe after the war were known as the rat lines. So this is a joke well above the comprehension level of the type of people and SEALs that just sit in the audience waiting to hear something about him being orange. They had no idea, no concept about history, so this was way too smart of a joke for that crowd.
And how about we stop comparing Trump and his cabinet to the Nazis, which is a complete insult to the people that suffered under that brutal regime?
We talked about this earlier. Like, where are the Democrat Jews at? Like, aren't you tired of people being compared to Hitler? Like, why don't you step up to the plate and say, guys, I don't like Donald Trump either, but maybe we need to pump the brakes on comparing him to Adolf Hitler.
They love it.
Until you actually open up a history book, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I also thought that SNL fired like most of their staff because they wanted to get away from the toxic political humor and go back to like just trying to be funny. Well, that lasted all of 2 weeks. And then Colin Jost, one of the people that was actually brought back, is making Trump Nazi jokes. Real original.
What do you think? Should I go to the Dodgers or should I go to the next one here?
Let's do the Dodgers.
The LA Dodgers on their way back to the World Series after sweeping the Brewers, who, by the way, beat the Cubs in the playoffs.
They beat the Cubs 3-2.
But it was the history-making combo of pitching and hitting from Shohei Ohtani that became the major story. He got the series MVP. So I'm calling it the greatest game ever played by a Major League Baseball player.
High fly ball to right. Pages, he is there. He's got it. And the ball game is over. And the Los Angeles Dodgers have won the National League pennant. They sweep the Brewers. The greatest night of baseball by an individual player in the history of this game. Shohei Ohtani. 3 homers and a victory on the mound with 10 strikeouts.
Are you okay with that description of Shohei's performance?
That's it. And listen, I'm a baseball guy, and I'm not somebody that gets caught up in the moment, right? Because too many sports analysis people always get caught up into thinking somebody right now was the greatest of all time. But that single game performance from Ohtani, 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, no runs, and also 3 for 3 with 3 home runs. That is the greatest single game performance of anybody in the history of Major League Baseball.
You don't really think of pitchers being able to hit home runs, do you, in Major League Baseball?
No, and in a deciding game, in a closeout game, to sweep those dirtbags out of the playoffs, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts, I think only like 2 hits, no runs, 3 for 3, 3 home runs, and a walk. I mean, for a single game, I challenge any baseball fan, find me something more over the top than that. And it couldn't have happened against a nicer team. And by nicer team, I mean group of dirtbags. Because beating the Cubs was like the World Series for the Brewers. They celebrated, they trolled, they did fun little videos, and then their asses got swept. You couldn't even win one single game, you bums. So how does that taste? At least the Cubs got a banner to show for it in 16. You dirtbags haven't won anything yet. Sorry, I'll step off my soapbox now. And Kevin Bowen from 107.5 The Fan, he is going to talk about what a fun time it is to be a sports fan in Indy, coming up right after the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Ever have trouble getting online today? You are not alone. Skies are sunny 65 tonight, lows in the upper 40s. I'm Jake McDaniel. Here's what's trending at 5:30. Amazon Web Services, the company that basically runs the internet for huge parts of the world, says their systems are mostly back to normal after an outage earlier today. People trying to access services like Zoom, WhatsApp, and even Amazon's own Prime and Alexa were all hit with tech problems. The government shutdown continues, and today the Senate is set to vote on a bill to try and end it. Democrats are sticking to their demand that any bill include an extension for healthcare subsidies. Republicans say they won't negotiate at all until the government is back open for business. Federal prosecutors in Washington, D.C. say 2 people were arrested because they're involved in the assault of 2 other people.
Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro announced the arrests of 19-year-old Lawrence Cotton Powell and 18-year-old Anthony Taylor. They're accused of assaulting Ethan Levine in August before assaulting Edward Korstein, a former Doge employee. Pirro said 2 judges declined to keep Powell in custody earlier in the year despite felony charges.
After a felony of attempted robbery conviction, after a violation of probation, after a second crime, the judges say do better and they let him go.
Pirro says it's time for D.C. to change its rules so defendants of that age can be prosecuted in criminal court.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal reporting. One of the people arrested used to work for the Department of Treasury and was at the White House. And a rapid growing high school sport is gaining some momentum, says WIBC's Jonette Cruz.
Penn High School is the winner of Indiana's inaugural high school girls flag football state championship. Penn finished its historic season undefeated at 13-0, securing the title with a 35-12 victory over Lawrence North at Grand Park. This championship marks the culmination of a major push by the Indianapolis Colts, who invested $1 million to grow the sport to nearly 80 high school teams. Penn will be honored by the Colts at halftime of their game against the Tennessee Titans this Sunday, October 26th. Jonette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It is now 5:32. WIBC traffic now with Matt Bear.
Northbound 65 approaching the White River crash. Clear traffic is cleared out from that. Still slow though. Northbound 65 Meridian up to 21st. Inbound 65 delayed 11 minutes from MLK all the way to the South Split. Eastbound 70 stop and go 6-minute delay Belmont into Meridian. Eastbound 465 stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard past Allisonville Road. Crash Keystone Avenue west of 96th Street. Crash downtown, or at least north of it. It's Meridian Street south of Fall Creek Parkway. West side southbound 465 slow from I-65 down to west of 38th Street, and a crash Benford Boulevard at East 56th. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Drexel Interiors has teamed up with Mohawk for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A portion of October's Mohawk sales will be donated to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Visit either showroom or DrexelIN.com today. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Now the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We're tracking a spotty rain chance for our Monday night with breezy winds remaining in place. Low temperatures will fall into the upper 40s to low 50s. Tuesday, high temperatures will be in the mid-60s with breezy winds continuing. Wind gusts could be up to 30 to 35 miles per hour at times with an increase in cloud cover. Can't rule out a stray shower in the daytime hours, but the rain will be mainly north of Interstate 70 for Tuesday. Wednesday, feeling more like November with highs in the mid-50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jake McDaniel on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Colts win yesterday, first time in Los Angeles since the 80s, I think, Hammer. 38-24 against the Chargers. My name is Nigel. That's Jason Hammer over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
Kevin Bowen, part of the morning show over at 107.5 The Fan. And KB, I'm not one for hyperbole, but Jonathan Taylor is the MVP and the Colts are winning the Super Bowl. Is that correct?
Wow.
Yeah, well, let's throw in maybe IU's winning the national championship as well. So you might as well set aside the funds for it all.
Let's get it rolling. Purdue's number one in college basketball's preseason poll.
Sure, yeah. And now that one will be a little bit less pricey. That one's at Lucas Oil Stadium, you know. IU in the national title, you got to get on a plane. I think Colts Super Bowl out in Santa Clara. But, yeah, it's wild. Someone asked me the question the other week, what do you think was more, or like, which one do you think is more likely? The Colts win the Super Bowl or the Indiana Hoosiers win the national championship in football? And I'm like, can you imagine if someone was on Mars for the last 18 months?
What a scenario.
And they just, like, re-enter the world and, like, that was the question that they heard?
Yeah, it's crazy. You wake up from a coma. Let's say you had a bad car crash and you turn on the radio and here are the conversations that we're having. It's wild, but it's a fun time, man, to be a sports fan in Indy. Pacers are coming off an NBA Finals appearance. I know their season starts this week, but let's focus on the Colts right now. Walk me through what you saw yesterday.
Yeah, I saw an offensive clinic. Shane Steichen, Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, the offensive line. I mean, the list goes on. And it's really been an offensive clinic for so much of this season. You know, I know Jim Irsay and the old phrase of Star Wars, numbers didn't play out very well in the Peyton Manning era, but it's true. I mean, the Colts are putting up just incredible numbers. And, again, it's very balanced. It's not just the run game or not just the pass game. You could have a great debate right now. You know, who's more the MVP for the Colts? Is it Jonathan Taylor or is it Daniel Jones? And I think you can make very compelling cases for those two to be, you know, on that list league-wide, not just within their own building. So offensively, it was surgical, and it was needed because, you know, I did think the defense, especially in the second half, had some leaking moments and, you know, could have got interesting there late.
Yeah. Tell me about the defense real quick, because, I mean, they did have some huge plays, a couple of interceptions, some big sacks, but there were moments where I was saying, oh, man, the Chargers are really marching down the field, and these guys can't stop them.
Yeah, definitely nervy there, Nige, with this defense. And I think that is the question. Okay, all right, let's measure it out towards when you play more of these teams, playoff-type teams. What are your weaknesses? Where do you need to look to get better? And I think the pass rush is definitely one of those. And just in general, the defense getting off the field, you mentioned it. Those are huge interceptions they got in the second quarter by Nick Cross and big fella Grover Stewart, because both of those were drives where either the Chargers were in scoring position. And then, I think pass rush-wise, the NFL trade deadline is here in 2 weeks. I think it'd be critical for the Colts to look at adding some there.
Now, I know he was banged up yesterday, but for the Colts to put on this type of clinic without Josh Downs, I thought that was really impressive, especially against a Jim Harbaugh coach defense. I know the Chargers aren't as good defensively this year as they have been in years past, but it's not like Harbaugh usually has his defenses toward the bottom of the league. I thought yesterday, with the injuries and doing it against Harbaugh, I think that put the league on notice.
Yeah, and I also want to point this out. I don't know how much publicly fans might have felt it, but that game meant a lot to the Colts. And I'm fine if you want to circle, regular season games that maybe matter a little bit more. Hey, whatever. I've got this axe to grind, or, they said this, or, they're viewed with Harbaugh and Herbert, and they've obviously been in the playoffs recently. They are viewed as probably even a better team than the Colts. They were favored going into the game. And the Colts hadn't played, a juggernaut schedule by any means through the first 6 weeks. So I think that is also important as well, because we've seen the Colts not meet the moment in recent years. And I don't want to make too much out of a mid-October game, but for the Colts internally to circle that one with a little bit more of a Sharpie marker, and then to meet the moment when the 60 minutes of football unfolds, that matters, I think. And obviously there'll be bigger tests in December and January, and who knows, maybe even February. But to go ahead and do that here early in the season, I think it says a lot about how good the Colts have played so far.
Speaking with Kevin Bowen from 107.5 The Fan, the morning show there. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer here. Hammer was texting me yesterday after every big play that Jonathan Taylor made. MVP, MVP, MVP. Now, what about Rookie of the Year for Tyler Warren, the tight end?
Yeah, the Colts, I don't know, the NFL awards show, they might need a have a private plane just for the hardware at this point. I mean, you could make extremely compelling cases for Warren, certainly Offensive Rookie of the Year, without question. And I would say Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year. Those to me are, and I know, tonight you're going to watch Todd Bowles and the Buccaneers play on Monday Night Football. They have a case, and Baker Mayfield for MVP definitely has a case. But, then you get to Taylor, and, unfortunately with a lot of these awards, what they typically do is they don't like to give the running backs the big awards. It was kind of the rarity last year in the Heisman Trophy. You saw Travis Hunter win it. Usually it always goes to a quarterback. So if it goes to a Baker Mayfield, I think Jonathan Taylor for Offensive Player of the Year makes a whole lot of sense as well. So, boy, it's been quite some time since we talked about the Colts in award season life, which, it usually goes to the better teams, but it's showing you individually, particularly on offense, what they're doing.
And, Kevin, I text Rob Kendall every single week, who's a diehard Chicago Bears fan, and I just simply tell him, thank you for passing up Tyler Warren in the draft.
I know. It was funny. I forget who it was. I think it might have been Dallas. They picked after the Bears took Colston Loveland, and they drafted a Tyler. And, the audible gasp that I feel like everybody in, the Colts media room had when you heard the word Tyler, oh, no, is this where Tyler Warren goes? It was some offensive lineman they ended up taking there. So, yeah, to me, that whole draft debate about Loveland versus Loveland seemed a bit odd at the time. And, the Colts are reaping those benefits of it.
And this weekend, the Tennessee Titans come in. It's a 4 o'clock game, which Nigel and I were kind of talking in the back. It's odd that this game was scheduled in the offseason, Colts and Titans, as a 4 o'clock affair. No games are being flexed at any point this early in the season. Any idea why this game, which, let's be honest, was projected to be maybe a battle for last place, is a 4 o'clock afternoon shindig this Sunday?
Yeah, so I believe there are 6 teams on a bye this week. So we start to get into that part of the schedule where they put a bunch of teams on bye. So you have to have some teams in the 4 o'clock window.
Okay.
And if I were venturing to guess at the start of the year, and I know it sounds ludicrous right now, Cam Ward versus Anthony Richardson in the 4 o'clock window, okay, it's not maybe the craziest thought. Now it sounds like an absolutely horrific move by the TV networks out there. But, I haven't looked at the schedule, but typically you have to have at least 3 games in the 4 o'clock window, 2 on one network, 1 on the other, so I think that's why.
Hey, can I ask you something about IU football real quick? I know it was their homecoming. They played Michigan State. They blew them out. Easy win for the Hoosiers, but there's talk of I think he's leading the Heisman Trophy odds. Heisman Doza. Is that something that's possible?
Yeah, definitely. The Heisman is really the award you see probably most often. If you are a top 5 team and you play quarterback and can chew gum, you're probably going to be invited to the Heisman Trophy ceremony. That's just kind of how it is. Now, Mendoza's done much more than chew gum. I want to be clear. He's been very, very good. I actually think Elijah Surratt for IU, their wideout, has been outstanding. He had the game-winning score against Iowa and Oregon as well. If you made me pick, and we get into this debate all the time, MVP awards, is it truly the acronym, most valuable player? Because for the Colts, it's probably Daniel Jones. But if you're talking best player, some might say, well, your best player is probably Jonathan Taylor. I know it's semantics to some people, but, valuable, I think, involves a little bit more of the position you play. What does the depth chart look like? But, yeah, I mean, Fernando Mendoza, the only thing that I think will hurt him the rest of the season, and it's just schedule-wise, they won't have many more marquee games. Now, they are in the big noon Fox slot here at 12 o'clock on Saturday against UCLA. But, that Penn State game, for example, kind of lost its luster. I kind of forget. I think Heisman voting is due before the Big Ten championship game. I could be wrong on that. Just so those are some things that I think might hurt him, where some other guys might be in a little bit more of a national spotlight in November.
Hey, what about the Pacers? They're kicking off their regular season this week. What's the analysis there? What are we looking for?
Yeah, so we will start, if I can plug, our Tuesday conversations with Rick Carlisle coming up tomorrow morning. So Rick Carlisle just joined us every Tuesday for, I want to say the last 3 years now. So this will be another season with him, Tuesdays at 8 over on 107.5 The Fan. So they'll start Thursday. They will have the Thunder, ironically enough, in their building, as if you haven't seen them enough. So the NBA gets started tomorrow night. The Thunder will play in their ring ceremony game in OKC, and then the Pacers will host them at the nationally televised game Thursday night. No T.J. McConnell for the first 10, 12 games, maybe more. He hurt his hamstring in their preseason opener. So that is a bit of a bummer there. Point guard depth without Tyrese Halliburton, already a question. But, Vegas doesn't think very highly of him. I'm sure Hammer's seen the number. They've got him under 40 wins, which I think is low. I still expect this team to be a playoff team, but Vegas is not very high on the Pacers.
Yeah, I'm on the over, KB, and I took it a step further. I got some pretty good plus money on the Pacers to make the playoffs, getting out of the play-in round.
Wow.
I like it. Do you recall what the plus number was?
Oh, there are so many bets right now. They're all kind of running together. But I think I was looking at around plus 300.
Okay, that is very healthy juice there.
Yeah, so making the play-in round isn't enough. You got to actually get into a series round, but if that happens,
16,
we cash. Right?
Yeah, top 16. So again, the East is wide open. Really, outside of the Thunder for the NBA crew out there, it's a very wide open year, I think, in the NBA. The Cavs have some injuries. Jason Tatum's also tore his Achilles. Do you really believe in the Knicks? They obviously have a new coaching staff. So I think the East in particular is wide open.
What's coming up on the big show tomorrow?
Yeah, so Rick Carlisle will join us at 8 o'clock. Again, we'll start our Tuesday's conversation with him, and then I believe we'll have IU AD Scott Dolson. Obviously a busy week last week. Pen to paper for Kurt Signetti on that deal. So Scott Dolson scheduled to join us Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So some busy 8 o'clock hours the next couple days.
Kevin Bowen, 107.5 The Fan. Check him out on the morning show. KB, we appreciate it.
All right, boys. See ya.
Nige, I know we had some tequila samples earlier, but
that was good.
If you're up to it, want to do a little Moonshine Monday?
Sure.
That's next.
Hensley Legal Group is one of those firms that puts the client above all else.
We pride ourselves in caring and communication.
We're extremely passionate about helping them through their tough times.
We truly want to see our clients get better.
It happens. Hire Hensley. Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how retailers become constantly connecting must-visit shops. How restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with our reliable business internet. Plus, stay connected when you add Wi-Fi backup for just $35 a month. And ask about a $400 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Wireless Connect requires business internet for additional monthly charge. Taxes and other fees extra. Prepaid card offer ends 11/16/25.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Indiana. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
So, where's the lake?
Not here.
But it says Great Lakes Honda of Fishers.
Right. I just don't see a lake.
Well, who needs a lake when you can lease a 2026 HR-VLX all-wheel drive for $309 a month and 0 down?
That definitely won't soak our bank account.
Oh, it's the old Honda of Fishers.
Great Lakes, great people, great cars.
But no actual lake. Visit our showroom off State Road 37 today. Tax and title fees not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only. 10,000 miles a year. Not combinable with other offers. Loyalty or conquest rebates may apply. Offer ends October 31st. See dealer for details.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tamara and Nigel to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Snap it. Send it. Hear it. Your photos, your video, your voice on WIBC. Join the text club by texting WIBC to 317-239-9393.
Matt Baer has a look at the roads.
All right, Hammer southbound 65 entering downtown. We have stop-and-go traffic 29th Street down to the south split. It's delayed 8 minutes. Inbound 69, 10-minute delay from 106th Street to 465. Crash Keystone Avenue just to the west of 96th Street. Crash Binford Boulevard at East 56. Southbound 6570 downtown. That is stop and go from the north split to the south split because of construction. Northbound 6570 slowing from the south split into the north split and then onto eastbound 70 out to rural. Traffic Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Replace old floors before the holidays with Drexel Interiors and get a free pad with a qualifying purchase of new catering or luxury vinyl through November 15th. Go to DrexelIN.com for details. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
63 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC.
And it takes me back to a simpler place.
Wow, this is kind of bittersweet, Hammer. Is this the last of the good stuff?
This is the last of the stash that a listener who happens to be for America, inside joke, sent us. Now, here's the good news. Said listener sent me a message and asked if we were interested in a special Halloween batch, maybe for next week.
Oh, right. And I need to go to hold of my Aunt Jen in Decatur County because she's got some similar connections. A warehouse somewhere in the woods, a shack with some equipment that was used back in the 1800s.
I love when you start talking about your family that does the moonshining, you turn into Grady Judd.
Sheriff Judd from Polk County?
I got that same type of accent coming from you.
All right, so just know I'm honor about that. This is like we could go to any liquor store and buy the prefabricated, the pre-made moonshine liquor, which is fine.
There's nothing wrong with that. Some of it's really good.
But this stuff is the real deal, right? What do we got?
This is what we call illegal. That's what it is. So, listener made orange creamsicle shine.
Oh.
It's in a ball canning jar. I just opened it up.
Yeah,
it was sealed up.
Clear mason jar.
Yes, and I poured you a little shot glass there, Nige.
Okay.
So, to the listener who is a trucker and is for America, orange creamsicle homemade shine.
Okay.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
Yep, I'm filling that up again.
Yeah. Fill it up again.
It's so good when it hits your lips. Man, that's good. Wow.
Go ahead. Do it. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Moonshine Monday here on the Hammer and Nigel Show. We're coming right back.
Guys, it's happening, isn't it? You can feel your energy slipping away, losing what makes you you. It could be low testosterone, so you got to take action now. Synergen X Low T Center can help reclaim your energy with a quick and simple free T-test. Visit your local Synergen X or Low T Center or go to trtmvp.com.
Treatment is covered by most major health insurance or affordable self-pay options. Really, the best you is right around the corner. It's waiting. Book that free T-test right now at trtmvp.com. It's free. trtmvp.com. Synergen X and the Low T Center offering a quick free T-test. Get pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded, personalized by experts on staff specifically for you, and most insurance covers it. trtmvp.com. Get that free test. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hey, it's Hammer and Nigel here for Window Nation. October is here, and you know what it means. The return of all things pumpkin-flavored, earlier sunsets, and chilly air seeping into your home. That is, if you've got those old, stuck, cracked windows. Ready to eliminate annoying drafts once and for all? Reach out to the experts at Window Nation. This month, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 more for free, and your total price includes 1-day installation. With Window Nation, you also won't have to make any payments for 2 years, which is a big deal with the holiday season coming up. Check it out at windownation.com.
Window Nation has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and that gives you the peace of mind when you're deciding on whether or not you're working with the right company. Put an end to your window problems with Window Nation. Now through October 31st, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, and you don't pay anything for 2 years with Window Nation. Visit windownation.com today. That's windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Pat Sullivan here with Michaela of Michaelis. If you have water damage, why should you call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. On